It's time for the 2023 Marble It Up Super Bowl full game race tournament. And I am so excited. Welcome everyone to the Marble It Up community event of the year. Let's go ahead and get ourselves into this race room right now with some volume. My name is Age Dude. I am a speedrunner, tool-assisted speedrunner, and pathfinder in Marble It Up. I'm also a streamer here at twitch.tv/AgeDude. I really enjoy watching all these speedrunners, as well as Marble It Up casual players, and so excited for this event. Today I am joined for this first race by my co-host, J2.
Hello, I'm J2. I'm also a runner of this game, and my favorite parts of it are doing RTA runs and playing custom levels. And in fact, I've beaten all 800 of the custom levels out there, with the exception of one that I just released, which is quite the gauntlet.
Very cool. Actually, I can't wait to see that.
I also sometimes stream my RTA attempts on twitch.tv/J2_2.
Awesome. So, yeah, we're going to get started on our first race in just a moment. But before we do that, J2, why don't you explain what are the rules, what's going on here?
Yeah, so the category that we're going to be running in today's race is full game classic. So it's an RTA run, meaning in-game time doesn't matter, so time travels won't help you here. It's just start the timer, beat all 60 levels, and then the timer stops when you finish Stratosphere. The structure of our Super Bowl race this year is we're going to have 3 divisions, each with around 4 to 6 players in them. And the winner of each division actually gets a chance to move on and compete in the subsequent division if they so choose, with the exception of the final division, which will be the last race.
Yes, sir. And just so you have a rough timeline of events, we are going to be getting started on this Division 3 race after we first finish up this pre-show with some quick runner introductions to get you guys get to know these 4 individuals who are going to be playing in our first division. Then we're going to be doing the full live race with commentary. And in about an hour or an hour and a half, we're going to be starting pre-show for the next division. That's Division 2. Those are going to be high-level runners with hundreds of hours of experience at least. And then after that, we'll be introducing our runners for the finals, which will be in a little less than 3 hours from now, most likely. And those are the fastest competitors in the game, with personal bests in the 33-minute range and below.
While this may be our slowest division of today, that doesn't mean these runners haven't put a lot of hard work to achieve a time of sub-hour, which is actually the requirement for entering this year's Super Bowl. So without further ado, let's take a look at the 4 runners we have for Division 3 here.
Absolutely.
We'll zoom in
on these guys and see how they're warming up. Go ahead.
Starting out, we have Gulp, who is the newest runner competing in this year's Super Bowl. He started playing the game just a little over 2 weeks ago, really, so it's very impressive for him to have a PB of 55 minutes already. He's from the USA, and he only has about 40 hours in the game, with about 10 completions of the full game run, which is a lot for the number of hours. He's basically spent all his time doing full game runs.
It's a ton.
His favorite level in the run is Danger Zone, and the least favorite is Tangle, which is always a tricky level at the end of the run. He's known for his Meteoric Rise and Watermelon Marble, which is a very clean looking marble. He's attempting a lot of new tricks because he's a new runner. He's been learning a lot of new tricks that I don't think he's landed yet in his PB, so don't look out for what he goes for. He's been speedrunning for a long time, almost 10 years, and he's speedrun over 40 different games, with his most speedrun games being Mario Odyssey, Mario 64, Super Meat Boy, Runbow, and What the Golf. And his name Gulped is short for the Gulping Monkey, which has been his online username for a long time.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing that run. Our next competitor is Game Freak, and Game Freak hails from the Netherlands. He has a verified personal best of 50 minutes and 48 seconds. But actually, just like less than 2 hours ago, he posted a new season's best, not yet verified, of 49:44. So Game Freak obviously showing that he is warmed up, he is ready to go and contest this division. He has about 50 hours of gameplay time on PC, but more on Apple Arcade through the Marble Up Mayhem. Has only done 3 or 4 serious attempts and completed 3 or 4 serious runs, so you can see to have gotten such a good time with a sub 50 in just those many attempts is very impressive. His favorite levels are Bumper Invasion and Escalation. Least are Olympus, Stratosphere, and Ex Machina. And also a big fan of Wanderlust, Zenith, and Tossabout from Mayhem. Game Freak's really known for completing the first full game Mayhem run and some individual level routes as well in that version of the game. Going to be maybe attempting Danger Zone skip, as well as some kick flipping on Escalation. Looking forward to seeing that in this division for sure. Also has done some 16-star Super Mario 64 running, so he has a little bit of a speedrunning background, and also other like gaming challenges. He completed Pokemon Emerald with only using Goldeen in battle. That's very cool. And of course, he got his start in the Marble Blast Ultra.
Next up, we have Fixable, also from the USA. He has a PB of, or a verified PB of 50:39. He has a slightly lower time, not quite sub 50, that he didn't have a very good recording of. He's been playing a while. He says 850 hours, but he's somewhat newer to RTA. A lot of his game time has been doing ILs, but he still has about 75 runs with about 40 completed. His favorite level in the run is Danger Zone, and his least favorite is Elevator Action, which is always a finicky trick to be sure.
Definitely.
He is going to be attempting Retrograde Edge Hit in this upcoming run, and in fact, he actually landed the trick on his first submitted full game run, which is very surprising. Not a strategy you see almost anyone going for, especially not on their first run.
It's so cool.
And he's also going to be trying to get some kickflips this attempt. He's done some other speedrunning, mostly Nintendo games, but also Wii Sports and a couple other titles. He's also held some world records, including some more niche categories in Super Mario Odyssey.
And very cool from Fixable. And last in this division, or I should say first, is Draenoth, who is our first seed for Division 3. He has a personal best and season's best of 34 minutes. Oh, excuse me. 44 minutes. That would not be Division 3. Yeah, 44 minutes and 34 seconds. Draenoth also hailing from the Netherlands, so we've got a bit of a USA versus Netherlands race going on here. Maybe a little bit of a rivalry going on there. Having over 100 hours of gameplay and 10 completed speedruns. His favorite is Olympus, which is going to be the only person in this event whose favorite level is Olympus, although you might see that in the least favorite quite a bit. And his least favorite is Sunspire. And in his own words, Draenoth is known for his flawless Olympus runs. And just for some style points, he's going to be attempting Big Easy with one hand during this race. But Draenoth has other casual speedrunning experience with Mega Man 9, Halo Reach, Resident Evil Remake, Fury, and I Wanna Be the Boshi, which is a very difficult game on its own. And he says his favorite gaming superpower is being good at co-op games while playing solo. Not sure how you managed to do that, but hey, pretty cool. Yeah, so why don't we get some predictions for this race? How do you think it's going to go?
Yeah, so looking at the competitors, with the lowest PB by a decent margin, we have Draenoth, who, as of 2 days ago, he had a 45 in PB, but just yesterday he PB'd again and now has a 44. So not only does he have the lowest PB, but he has a ton of momentum going to this event. So he's going to have to be my favorite for this event, but don't count out the rest of the competitors.
Absolutely.
Because we also have a lot of other up-and-coming runners who can easily improve quickly. For example, in second place, we have Fixable with a PB of just over 50 minutes.
It's a gap.
So yeah, it's a gap, but Fixable, he goes for a lot of hard strats, so if everything goes right, he could easily drop a couple of minutes off his PB.
Yeah, definitely.
And almost with well, Game Freak just got a PB, I guess, and now he has a 49-44.
Yeah, he's warm.
So,
he's ready to go.
Yeah, just early today. Maybe he can PB again. Who knows? So, very close times between these two competitors. And Game Freak has also hardly had any runs really compared to the other people, so he could easily improve by large margins in the upcoming runs.
That is true.
And then lastly we have Gulped, who has the slowest PB, but he's also the newest runner, which means it's quite easy to improve at that point. So he also has learned a lot of new strats that he hasn't quite landed in his PB yet, so there's a lot of potential time save for him, so be on the lookout for a good time from him potentially.
Yeah, I give Gulp the highest chance of actually getting a PB during this race. It is possible, and it has happened before at Super Bowl. Yeah, very good. So we're just about ready to get prepared for the final countdown. So we're gonna get all of our racers to get ready on the starting line at level select and learning to roll. We've got our race official Hatchet in the background. Is going to be syncing these timers. You see the timer at the top of the screen with a 15-second countdown. That is actually going to be synced for every runner as they play. All right, there it goes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's roll.
Good luck to all the runners for this race. And so starting out, if you're not familiar with the run, we have Chapter 1, which is kind of the tutorial level chapter of the race. So a lot of those that are easier to play casually, but when you're speedrunning, as you'll see, there's a lot of crazy strats you can go for since it's the beginning of the run. But in a race with no reset, it can be
Nobody died. Nobody died on learning to turn.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That never
Even
happens.
among the higher level races, there tends to be at least one death in learning to turn.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so J2, what can we expect during this early game?
Yeah, so Chapter 1, it's not usually super important for the way the race goes, but it's always fun in a race to see who can get out of Chapter 1 the fastest. And with these beginner runners, you can expect a time somewhere in the 2-minute range. If someone really has a rough time of it, they might get just over 3 minutes. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, coming off to a quick start, we've got actually Game Freak going for the fast version of Up the Wall, failing that, but getting it second try, so he's pretty much neck and neck now with Gulped. Up the Wall is a great level, it's meant to introduce you to the gravity mechanic, but yeah, we skip that.
Not here attempting icy scent, very tough strat.
Falling off the left side.
A little low speed in the second one, but that can sometimes make it easier to land.
Oh,
yeah, looks like he's got the launch. Oh no.
Oh, he saves it.
Oh,
that was close. All right, yeah, Draenor taking the lead with first one out of Icy Ascent. Or Stay Frosty, rather, and
yeah.
Game Freak hot on his heels. All right, let's see who's going to be the first one out of Chapter 1. Kind of initiating this mid-game here. And everybody's on Onward Upward. Do you think this is going to be a close race by the time we get in into like Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4?
There's certainly like 3 out of the 4 runners have, or at least 2 of them have very close PBs, so I'm sure there'll be some people that are neck and neck at certain points in the race throughout. Yeah, it looks like no major mistakes on Onward and Upward, so we're getting Chapter 2 underway here.
Yeah, and everybody's done Chapter 1 now at 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Showing this is a pretty high level run already. Chapter 2, this is great. I've been watching... yeah, let's take a moment to shout out Gulped in particular for being so new to this game. You see him here on Transit, and he started playing this game like as a speed game like 2 weeks ago. I think like 13 days or 14 days ago.
Yeah, and he was pretty much straight into RTA. Like on his first stream, he was just already doing runs.
I guess that he's kind of a serial speedrunner. So
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Fixable almost going too early on transit, but getting the bounce back onto the platform.
All right, again, we had everyone on the same level just for a moment there on Great Wall. But Draenoth leading the way here on Bump of the Night. Failing the first bumper hit. Try that again. Perfect. You're seeing a little bit more of a methodical setup for some of these tricks. Like, even the tricks that they're doing the same as the top runners. You'll see they'll take a little bit more time to line it up. Make sure they take the safe method. And that's really the best thing that you can do in this situation.
Yes. In this run in general, not even just at this level, but especially in the 50-minute time range, the most important thing is not dying. So if you can do something just a little bit slower, but making it a lot safer, then it's really going to save a lot of time in the long run.
Yeah, I think you could say with confidence that the player who dies the least in this division is going to be the winner.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Everybody here on Wave Pool once again.
Well, luckily this is a level where it is quite difficult to die in, so...
Oh, I've done it.
The only time differences should be from slower movement here.
Yeah, we got audio synced up from 3 of the runners. Fixable on the top actually is going to be muted, but that's because he's playing the only runner today playing on the Nintendo Switch version of the game, which I think is pretty cool.
In the auto big easy start, just hold forward, bounce start, and then hold jump for the rest of the level, and it gets you a very good time.
Draenoth's definitely off the pattern.
Yeah, he had
looking
it
to
early,
see,
though.
Game Freak seems to be doing it correctly. Yep, he's perfectly on pattern. Hasn't moved the camera, just holding W or forward and jump. And it goes right in. He said he was going to do this with one hand, and that's how you do it, with one hand.
Into Archipelago, a classic beginner skip, which is a lot of people when they're first going through the game. This is one of the first big skips they recognize and go for. And it also saves a ton of time for RTA.
A classic. All right, Triple Divide is kind of, I would say it's probably the first difficult level where people are, a lot of these runners are doing, especially Draenoth there was doing a high level route.
It looks like Fixable's also going for the faster Triple Divide, but
Misses
can't
the
quite
jump.
get that ramp jump.
A good backup
But,
though with that
yeah,
wall
very
hit,
good.
yeah. All right, and as expected, Draenoth leading the way, coming up toward the end of Chapter 2 here with Thread the Needle.
Here he's coming to the hard trick of Thread the Needle, this super jump wall bounce, and he gets that super clean.
That actually is really tricky. There's a lot of higher level runners who stopped doing it just because it was annoying. It cost a lot of resets, but yeah, Draenoth pulling it off in his first try. Oh, we got Fixable here is actually setting up for one of the newer routes. Okay, he made it a little bit choppy on the video there, but that's you'll be seeing
Very
definitely
nice.
more of that as we get later into the upper divisions.
He looks like he's gonna end up with a 43 here, or maybe a little bit slower.
Draenoth leading the way out of Chapter 2, followed by Fixable, and Game Freak is exiting now as well.
Oh no, an unfortunate Thread the Needle death there from Gulp.
Yeah, no checkpoint. That's really going to hurt. Oh, we saw elevator action skip.
Yeah, looks like he got the 20-second or 25-second variation. Very nice. Didn't miss any of the starting gems. I know he said he's tends to miss those a lot during runs. Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no, Draenoth!
Oh no.
Oh no! All right, at least we can zoom in to watch him this time. Doing this.
The typical approach there is to just jump straight to the goal. So going on a platform, he risks it coming back, and that really can kill your momentum like you just saw.
Oh, yeah, taking the left-hand side, but unfortunately missed the elevator, so he's going to have to wait a cycle for that one.
Fixable also now attempting EA skip, it looks like.
It looks like he's got the setup.
It looks like he's clean for 25.
There it
He
is.
went all the way up. 20-second, nice. Hopefully he can. The movement after the, especially for the 20-second cycle, can be a little tricky. But he's just playing it safe here. That's smart.
Make sure we get the finish. All right, he made it. He made it. Everybody's on Chapter 3 now. And what's different about Chapter 3 compared to, say, like Chapter 1 and 2?
Yeah, so Chapter 3 is kind of the first big difficulty spike of the run. There's just, like, pretty much every other level, or even more than that, is, like, a crazy skip. They might not be going for all of them in this, but you've already seen a handful, like Sugar Rush and the Needle, and there'll be surely more to come. So it's easy to lose a lot of time if you just don't quite have that skip down, and easily the attempts can pile up, and you can lose well over a minute on any given level.
Yes, sir. Gult showing off a safer RTA route for elevator action. Very useful to know that one as a backup, even if you can do the other one, because that skip is hard.
Yeah.
What do we got Draenoth doing here? What is this?
Pillar
River Vantage
hit.
pillar skip. Let's
First
go.
try.
Beautifully performed.
Game Freak also on Revenge, but playing it safe with a safe route.
Why can't I always do that first try? Jeez.
Which this skip really only saves about 5 seconds, so if you are not consistent with it, it's definitely smart to go for the safe route on this level.
Oh, and a missed off kilter actually gives Game Freak a moment to catch up.
Oh, the other neck and neck here.
Looks like Fixable also setting up for that River Vantage.
Yeah, missing it once. He said he had just learned it yesterday, so...
Man, these up-and-coming runners are scary. They're like, one day they're getting a 55-minute time, and the next day they're doing River Vantage pillar skip.
Yeah, it looks like we're not seeing any fast off kilter, which is quite a difficult strat, so no massive surprise there.
Yeah, taking the safe route as a backup is always a good policy when you're, especially in a race.
Yeah.
You don't want to get stuck trying to do the same thing over and over.
I think Fixable does go for that route, so we'll have one more chance to potentially see it if he goes for it in this race.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, right now it's a very close race through Chapter 3 between Draenoth and Game Freak.
Oh, Game Freak has a super jump up here. This is an interesting 4 stairs route. And then we're seeing fast off filter from Fixable. Gets the first jump pattern. And you get the ending. And very nice.
Indeed. Man, I'm really enjoying watching this division. Like, I've had a lot of fun watching these runners and the runs that they've done up to this point.
Yeah, it's always fun to see, like, the rush of RT activity around Super Bowl time is always fun to see. And it's been in full force with these runners, especially in this division, have been putting in a lot of runs and attempts over the last couple days and weeks. And we're coming up to the end of Chapter 3 here. Draenoth is entering the final level, Cog Valley, with the infamous skip Coggers, so let's see if he can land it here, if he's gonna.
Is he actually going for it? Oh, he totally is.
Oh,
Oh, no way. In Division 3?
Oh yeah, that ending could work.
He
if
survives.
Controls the spin. Yes, very awesome to see.
Coggers! If you're in the Twitch chat, make sure you spam that Coggers emote. It is a staple of this community. Wait,
Looks like
Game Freak
has
again!
Also cleared the ramp, and we got
Double first try Coggers in Division
Coggers.
3.
Man, these runners are crazy.
These guys are scary. I'm worried they're gonna beat me within like a few weeks at this rate.
Yeah, like they might have 50 minutes for now, but if you keep looking at them, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these people get sub 50 over the next couple weeks, or I guess Game Freak already has.
Right?
Just today. Is Fixable going to be attempting coggers here? Looks like he's getting some decent speed. Clears the ramp. No way.
No. That's
3
so
for 3
cool.
coggers
3
in
for
Division
3
3.
coggers. I don't even know if Gulp knows this or if he's
Oh
going
my
for it, but
gosh.
if he does, we're gonna be rooting for him.
Wow, I would not have guessed that at the start of the run, that all 3 would hit it first try.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so getting into chapter 4 here, a lot of people consider it kind of a more chill chapter after the insanity of chapter 3, especially at these 50-minute times. Then a lot of the chapter 4 strats you're not necessarily going for, although did I couldn't see there, did Draenoff just hit that
Oh yeah, he did.
negative fast braid? Yeah, very nice. So there's one strat that's a little harder in chapter 4, but
Yeah, and we're gonna
yeah,
have
we'll see,
looking forward to Retrograde Rally as well. In fact, there could be a Retrograde Edge hit coming up.
on pace for the fast cycle on Sunspire.
A few bonks is probably not gonna make it. Oh, whoa, just barely.
Okay. Still makes the cycle. And we got Fixable doing the fast braid here.
Let's have a look. Oh, missing just the
just
edge, on the edge of
low
it.
on speed, yeah.
Incredibly close. But gonna be pulling off that rocket back up.
Hulk looks like he's doing the safe Cog Valley here.
You know what? No shame in it. Yeah, again, Gulp is probably our
Yeah.
least experienced runner at this point in
Yeah.
the community, but that meteoric rise he talked about is definitely a thing, and we've been seeing him improve very quickly in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Coggers is hard. Like, I was surprised everyone else is going for it and hitting it. So
I was surprised
I wouldn't be
anyone else went
surprised
for it.
if Gulp is going to learn that in the next couple days or weeks after this. Let's see.
Sunspire's a bit of an elevator fest.
Draenoff in retrograde, so let's see if he's gonna go for any skips here.
Not expecting the edge hit here. That one, Fixable, I believe, is the only one planning to go for
Gotta
that.
wait.
But let's have a look at what Draenoff's going to pull off.
He might be doing. The
Okay,
safe
foregoing
one,
the skip,
not the long one.
not a bad call. Honestly,
Yeah,
with how much time it costs, it's like 25 seconds to miss it.
yeah, it's just deadly to miss that.
I respect it. Got Game Freak coming up. See if he feels differently.
Like he's.
No, he's saving it. He's gonna keep it safe. Why throw away the time when you're on the same level? You have a chance to catch up.
For sure. We do have Fixable coming in retrograde, and he has said that he is going for the edge hit, so make sure to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even think there's anybody in Division 1 who's going to be going for this. Maybe there is, maybe there's not. Maybe you have more knowledge of that than I do, J2.
I don't know of anyone that does it regularly, although I haven't seen many of Twinix's runs, so unless he does. Oh,
What?
no way. No way.
Fixable, how are you not a 35-minute runner
Oh man.
with
He hit
that kind of ability to pull off that kind of strat first try in a race?
Oh, that is awesome to see. Oh, can he?
Oh!
Oh, just dying at the end though. No.
Oh, please tell me you got a checkpoint. Yeah, he did. He did. We're okay.
Okay.
We're okay. That was a roller coaster. I've never seen anybody pull that off in a race.
Oh man, that is just crazy. Yeah, the only other runner I've ever seen do that in RTA run is Chorals, and that is with a much lower PB than
and
Fixable
Spakai
here.
in chapter.
Well, I should have said full game, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, chapter's a
Crazy,
different
crazy.
story, of course. Yeah.
But the fact that it's even a chapter, like considered by a lot of players to be a chapter specific strat, just tells you how stupid it is to be doing, or like stupidly awesome to be doing that in a full game race. Chapter 4 is going pretty well for all these runners, really. They're all on a pretty good pace. Currently passing the 19-minute mark. I'd say a lot of these players still have potential for PB.
Yeah, and again, we're coming up to the end of Chapter 4 here, and getting in Chapter 5 is when things really start to pick up. So Chapter 5 is one of the big two chapters in terms of difficulty, along with Chapter 6, of course. So I'm not sure to what degree people are attempting skips, but especially for new runners, even just doing the default routes in Chapter 5 can lead to some deaths in places.
Yeah, especially when you get into like Vertigo. Right, Draenoth getting the trophy. He messed up last time. Can he save it? He's gonna save it. All right, didn't restart on impulse like last time. Fortunately, was able to pull that forward, and he doesn't have to start it over from the beginning. Gulp now on Retrograde Rally. Fixable on Dire Straits. Game Freak just finished that up now and showing off this route on Ex Machina.
Right off into Dits. Let's see if he... I don't think he knows Dit skip, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it looks like he's not going for it.
Not going for it, but got a nice smooth entry into this section. Fixable grabbing the trophy on Ex Machina. It's a bit of a style point route. There's another route that's just as fast and maybe slightly easier, but the trophy route's kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks like Game Freak also not doing the lineup for the fast Dits, but still getting a smooth start here. Yeah, really on Dits you can finish it pretty fast even if you don't go for the skips. It doesn't really save a ton of time. It's just kind of hard to get a smooth run through all of it.
Yeah, we got 3 players on Dits now, so it's actually quite quick, and exiting Chapter 4 with a 21-25. That seems to be pretty well on pace for what Draenoth is capable of.
Fixable did hit Dit skip very clean though, looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hitting the 40-second time. Very clean.
Awesome Fixable. Yeah, and just like that, he passes Game Freak.
Pulled ahead, yeah.
That route is not even consistent for everyone, even in like the Division 2. So,
oh, yeah.
Again, just seeing people pulling that off first try in this race is so exciting. Really, really enjoyable to watch this.
Just the other day in a race, so definitely hard at all levels.
Well, I'm just speaking for myself, right? I mean, if you want to comment on Division 1, that's up to you. J2 is actually our top-seeded runner in the Division 1 race coming up later on today. So that's going to be fun to watch as well. It's going to be another exciting time. All right, we've got our 3 leaders on Chapter 5 now, all of them on Archiarchy. How do you pronounce it, J2?
I say Archiarchy.
Archiarchy, okay. For the memes, you can call it Archie or anything. Unfortunately, Fixable falling off there.
Oh, yeah, this is not a level you want to die on, because it has checkpoints, but a lot of routes just don't grab any, so you can just lose a ton of time from that.
Yeah, and it's just a long level.
So yeah, getting to staying here, we're not going to be seeing any staying skips in this division, but
I hope not.
For Division 1 and 2, where we'll be
I would
seeing
cry.
people attempting to get that staying skip.
Yeah, looking forward to that for sure, but I don't think my heart would be able to take it to see these Division 3 runners pulling off a strat like that I can't do.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't even know. I guess Fixable has done it in IL. I don't know about the other ones. They're not as big into IL running.
But you know what? It's a good moment to take a breather in the middle of a run. Just kind of refresh your mind, think about what's coming up ahead in Chapter 5, and try not to get hit by these bashers along the way. While they're doing that, let's check in on Gulp now, doing Ex Machina. Ooh, just a little too far to the left on that. Or maybe a jump that wasn't intended. There it is. Got the feather fall, and he's in. We see Draenoth being the first to finish up, staying alive here, but the other two, not close behind, but still on the same level.
Yeah, we have Draenoth already pulling out of stand, so he's gonna really get into kind of the gauntlet of Chapter 5 kind of up here.
Yeah, it gets really hard after Gordian, of course. Gordian itself being fairly easy if you're not going for anything too fancy. You just turn left. It's the NASCAR race of Marble It Up, you could say. Yeah, no edge hits, just play it smooth.
And Game Freak is not far behind Draenoth here. A very close race so far.
No, not at all. Crystalline Matrix, another level we're going to be seeing some skips on in the higher divisions.
I think, yeah, Fixable also goes for Crystalline, so you don't have to wait long to see that.
I mean, if he can do River like retrograde edge hit, then like, what can't he do? I really don't know what to expect at this point. I mean, I've seen his runs, but he's pulling out new stuff all the time.
Yeah, I think there's a chance he doesn't go for it because it's a race, so we'll see what happens. But I know he's gone for it in races before. Looks like Game Freak also just doing a smooth turn on Crystalline here.
You know, I set a recent PB, not my current PB, but a recent PB without doing any skips on Crystalline Matrix, so it's really not necessary until you're in quite high level.
It really doesn't save it. It saves like what, like 7 seconds? So really
7 seconds at most, yeah, compared to a clean run.
So it's really not worth throwing a ton of runs away, especially this deep in the run.
All right, and it looks like we've got Gulp in on Chapter 5 now. So that's all 4 racers on Chapter 5.
Going for the edge hit to set it up. Didn't get an ideal smooth landing, but he's still going for the save here.
Oh, he makes it!
Try.
Fixable.
Wow.
And I mean, yeah, like, it's a 7-second save compared to a clean run. But maybe I think that actually saved a little more than 7 seconds compared to what these other Division 3 runners are doing on Crystalline Matrix.
Yeah, very true.
So a bit of a chance to catch up, at least to some extent.
No, nobody's going. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. Fixable is going for contraption.
What? What?
And going for it again.
No.
What? Has he been grinding this out?
Oh no, Fixable, what are you doing? I can't do this. Okay. I can't do that strat, so Fixable, he's going for it again. He's committed. He's committed. What's gonna happen here?
First attempt was oh so close to hitting it. That was a shame to see him miss it. A little awkward on the turn.
Oh, that's so difficult, dude. Okay, he's gonna abandon that idea for now.
Okay.
You know, props to Fixable for having the gumption to go for that in the first place.
Strat. I remember in last year's Super Bowl, I died like 5 times on that strat and had to go around the slow way too.
Just so difficult getting the spin that you need and the speed that you need on those moving platforms. Oh no, drain
oh,
off.
No, drain off.
Oh
That's
no,
where it
it's a
is.
disaster.
Oh wait.
Oh wait, it's not.
okay. It's
I
not
did
a
not know there was a
disaster.
checkpoint there.
Yeah, I never missed the goal like that before.
You know, hey, we learned something new.
Yeah, the old route does not have or I don't know, the old like most or the old speedy route that was used in full game didn't have a checkpoint right near the ending, so it was very costly to miss the goal. But I didn't see exactly the route he used, but that looked like the same ending as the current fastest route used in full game. So nice to know.
Oh, Draenel's showing off a really good start there on Vertigo and taking this checkpoint.
Game Freak
But yeah, you're right.
making some big gains with that not messing up the table over Draenor. And we have neck and neck race here.
It's pretty close. Yeah, they're both on Vertigo. Fixable getting that bumper skip on uphill both ways as well. And a 50-54 out of Draenor. I think there were some time travels along the way, though.
We're getting routed around a bit by that spinner on Vertigo, but Game Freak makes it through.
It's scary. Yeah, everybody's still on Chapter 5. Like, I really don't know who's going to win this race at this point.
Especially
it's really
Chapter 6 coming up.
Chapter 6 is what really separates the speedrunners from the casual speedrunners, if you will. But anything can happen in Chapter 6, and you could lose 5-6 minutes in here easily, or you could even gain 5-6 minutes compared to your PB here at this level, just because Chapter 6 is where so much time gets saved and lost over the course of a run.
Yeah, we have Gulped here finishing up Gordian. He's also about to be entering a lot of tough levels coming up. Not sure if he is going to go for any of the hard strats, but even doing the long way around can be tricky on some of these.
Fixable making some progress there on Vertigo. Taking those
And
checkpoints.
We have our first Chapter 6 entry with Draenor finishing Pit is Bare with a 31 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, 31:09 entering
He is
Chapter 6.
definitely has some. I don't know how fast his average Chapter 6 is, but
Well,
seems like a good run.
put it this way, he has about 13 minutes. 13 and a half minutes until his PB time. So if Draenoth were to get an incredibly clean Chapter 6, he could still personal best. Of course, we can't see his splits or anything like that, or if he's using them during this race, we don't know. He could be ahead of his PB, but either way, the potential is there.
Game Freak having an unfortunate. Oh, and he's going. Wait, oh, he was not as far. I thought it was at the final pillar section, but no, just at the beginning. It was good.
Oh, that was our first danger zone skip.
Yep, getting that first try.
A fairly smooth one as well.
I think Draenor might do the fast start here. Yeah, it looks like he's going for it, but just overshooting that ramp and hitting on the flat, so he can't get the height he needs.
Yeah, a nice simple backup, so he doesn't have to worry about this gem later. Definitely well advised. And Game Freak's into Chapter 6 now, too. Fixable waiting out some of these moving blocks, trying to...
Yeah, getting rushed when you're trying to do this gravity drop, which is already very finicky, can be like very stressful and lead to a mistake, and that's a pretty costly death right there. It costs about like 15 seconds.
Yeah, when you're under pressure and there's no checkpoints.
Just moving your finger the long way for like a split second, and you're just not quite gripping that gravity and going way off the level. Oh, Game Freak just missing that super speedless half pipe there.
Yeah, we'll see a backup here on the bottom left by rolling off this rock. He's able to do a couple of jumps and get up this quite handily.
Yeah, that's a good backup to know.
And you may have seen Draenoth do this earlier, but we'll show it to you again. Here's Game Freak with the super speed. He's going to skip this gravity platform by doing a jump, a bounce, super speed into this bumper, and incredibly smooth.
Nice low angle.
Oh, I would love one of those. Just barely getting the clearance, which is exactly what you want.
So coming up, we're seeing radius. I doubt we'll be seeing any fast radiuses, but the ending can still be tricky, even just doing a little bit of higher jumps.
I believe the plural is radii. Just teasing you.
True.
But yeah, Radius, Platinum Playground. We've got Danger Zone now at a fixable, as well as Flip the Table from Gulped. Danger Zone taking its victims. Chapter 6 is... everyone would agree that Chapter 6 is the hardest part of the game. Maybe at the highest levels of speedrunning, Chapter 5 becomes a little bit harder, just because of the strats that people use, but it's just so difficult, even for casual players, to get through these levels, and, you know, a lot of these players are, very good, but this can be a challenge for anyone just to finish some of these levels.
Well, Draenoth is making his way nicely through these Chapter 6 levels so far.
Yeah, solid pace. Good progress out of Draenoth for sure.
We've got Fixable coming up to attempt this bumper hit on... Oh no, and did he hasn't grabbed the checkpoint yet.
Oh,
that
he didn't.
Very unfortunate.
Okay, so he's going to have to do the same rock back
normally,
up that we saw Game Freak do earlier.
Normally you grab it as you attempt the first time, so you always have it, but if you fall off backward, then it's a different story.
Gult with some good strats, skipping up to that second last checkpoint on Vertigo. And we lost a stream.
Oh dear. Oh, okay, looks like he's...
It's right back in there, yeah. Good, no issues.
Draenoth making quick work of heading the clouds, even just doing that level normally. Those ending platforms can really mess with you if you aren't quite sure exactly when they're going to move. They can really give you some crazy momentum and throw you off the level. Oh, it looks like he's doing the new centripetal route.
Yeah, is he going to be able to finish it out, though? He's on a good cycle.
Yeah, he should be good after this. Yep.
Playing it safe. Yeah, good finish. Good finish. I'm really running away with this Chapter 6 right now. It was fairly close coming out of Chapter 5, but Draenoth
really... have the classic kickflips being attempted.
No way! He did first kickflip?
First kickflip is just so relieving to get. You get that checkpoint, and you can just attempt the second one as much as you need to get it without losing a massive time each attempt. But
he didn't even need it. This gets it first try. That's the biggest skip in the game, other than another variation of that same trick.
Draenoth really having a clean Chapter 6 so far. He's pulling a bit ahead of the other competition here.
Yeah, this could end up being a personal best Chapter 6 for him.
No,
as long as he doesn't land on a checkpoint, we'll be fine.
The final one, but that's the one you'd most want to miss, probably.
Yeah, this one fairly forgiving in terms of the amount of time loss that you can lose. But there goes escalation.
It looks like Gulp here is coming up on the end of Chapter 5. It's going to be entering Chapter 6 along with the rest of the runners.
Yeah, and again, it's so hard to stress how difficult it is to get to this level of gameplay in 2 weeks.
Yeah, Gulp is very impressive. Predictable missing that super speed. It didn't quite have enough hype for the finish on PP, but just going back and getting it the second time.
Oh, Gulp's hitting the hitbox of the I don't even know what you call that, the hanger for the Newton's Cradle.
Almost saving it, but just couldn't quite get a spin to stay on those tilting cradles.
I'm not even sure if he knew that had collision.
Yeah, I certainly didn't the first time I hit it. Because like some parts of it, like it's not exactly the hitbox, so you can pass through it and just figure, oh, it has no collision, and then suddenly you hit the actual hitbox and you're like, oh, it has collision.
Game Freak about to finish up head in the clouds. Oh, but falling off again.
Yeah, head in the clouds. Like I said, it's tough.
Yeah, we should not focus too much on the one runner, but Draenoth on Olympus now, and he is, like I said earlier, the only runner in this entire event who said that Olympus was his favorite level. So, not really
Yeah.
sure why, but I mean, it's kind of cool.
Oh, he's gonna have a tough save here. Can't quite
Not quite.
get to that rock.
And we're going to be seeing Gulpt finish up Danger Zone. He said he might be going for the fast Danger Zone finish. Of course, if you do know it and if you do have it learned, it can be more forgiving than the regular version. And he gets up. Let's see what Gulpt has for us.
And oh no, an unfortunate centrifugal death from Game Freak there. Right at the end.
Yeah, no checkpoints there, so that's going to be fairly costly.
Oh, and Gulp's getting it first try.
He makes it first try. Perfect.
Did every runner just hit that first try? That's very nice.
Yeah, as far as I think you're right.
Or I guess Fixable kind of messed up before the trick, so I wouldn't really count that as messing up the trick itself.
That's fine. We'll let him off on that one.
Yeah, I looked away for Draenoth's Olympus, and it looks like he might have had another... Or I don't know if it's just the first fall, but he might have had another fall here.
Yeah, it's definitely not a flawless Olympus as he was hoping for, but Game Freak playing it safe. Doesn't want to repeat that death on Centripetal Forest near the end. That's such a big time loss.
Yeah, and he
when
said
that happens.
he's probably attempting the kickflips here, so let's see what happens. He's doing the Age Jude strat for the first kickflip.
Oh, rolling up and jumping once?
Yeah.
I mean, you could call all of these strats the Age Jude strat, but I'm not going to get into that.
Oh, no.
Not quite this time. It's okay. We'll stick with him for a little while longer. Got the checkpoint. Oh, I see. He doesn't have the super jump yet, of course.
Yes, and we got Draenoth coming up to the end of Olympus. Going to be coming in at around 240, so not the worst in the world.
240 Olympus? Yep.
And he is, I think he is probably on PB pace, right? If he hits a clean tangle, or no, I don't know what tangle body does, I guess.
Okay, so it looks like Game Freak's going for a slower route on escalation after all those kickflips.
Yeah, you don't want to get stuck just attempting it over and over again.
Absolutely. Gulp's with some creative ideas for getting those wall gems. He's climbing up onto the wall and then dropping down onto them instead of going through them or landing on them from the launch. But yeah, I was like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, Fixable also has an interesting strat. We kind of looked away from him when he was playing PP, but he kind of ramps off some of those bumps on the ground and just goes straight into the gem like that for a more consistent way to grab them.
Of course, we saw Draenoth finishing up that Tangle finish first try, and he's on Stratosphere already. I mean, he is absolutely on PB pace. Yeah, timer is 42:15 now, and his personal best is 44:34. What are we going to see? Oh, we got Gravity Skip. He used both super speeds. This could be bad.
Like he'll be smooth, though. Very nice.
Oh, he made it.
Fixable also attempting kickflips now. Looks like he misses the first one. Needs to get that second to grab the super jump.
Oh, looks like
Draenoth.
Draenoth is in an awkward position. It is possible to recover from this.
Like
You just need full speed.
Yeah, he's setting up nicely, so hopefully he can get this.
Go,
Looking
go,
good.
go,
Time
go.
to
He made it.
Yep.
He made it in time.
Very nice save.
Fixable. Still struggling to get this super jump. Trying to get first kickflip. First kickflip is the hardest of the three in this set. Of course, unless you're going for the elevator, which is a different story.
You're not dodging that crystal field, which can triple even the best of runners. He avoids the shards in midair from the being off his normal cycle.
Yeah, Draenov coming into
Looks
the
like he's
basket.
in
This is
the
going to be
PB.
nothing but net. A huge personal best.
Playing his first sub 30 or 44 run.
Yeah, with a 43-45, it looks like. Very impressive.
Very,
Congratulations,
yeah,
Draenov.
very good chapter 6.
Yeah, I mean, with that kind of a performance, he could have like a chance of really, really challenging this Division 2. Actually,
Yeah.
even just the
He's
last
only about
few days,
a
he's moved
minute
up so
off,
far.
or yeah, like a minute or a minute and a half off the PB of Elemental Phoenix in Division 2.
Yeah, indeed, it's really not much of a gap anymore. I think Drainov's really gonna have some success with that race.
Unfortunately, Fixable here is having some escalation troubles, and yeah, Game Freak into Olympus here.
I think we're all familiar with escalation troubles. Makes the smart play, saving that super jump so he can get back up.
That's looking good. Now just short.
Oh, that's tough to save. I don't think he has
Yeah,
the
he's
super.
gonna
He,
play
he,
it
do-
safe.
yeah, he doesn't have the checkpoint with the super jump, so playing from here is probably the safe play. We've got Game Freak now on Olympus. We've got Gulped on Head in the Clouds.
Yeah. Let's keep an eye on how he does, because this can definitely be tricky.
That is so hard. I've once seen somebody spend 55 minutes on this level.
And Game Freak just barely slipping off the side of Olympus. That was a very unfortunate death.
Again,
So,
some of these
makes
levels are just
smart choices.
players hanging on for dear life.
Yes. Yeah, Gulp didn't quite get the fast jump pattern, but he made some smart choices about when to wait the cycles and finish out the level.
Game Freak going down here, but grabbed a checkpoint just beforehand. Yeah, this is getting me excited for you know, obviously the future of these runners, but also just for the next division. It's going to be a lot of fun. Speaking of the next division, I am actually going to be competing in the next division as an absentee racer, and you'll hear more about that from J2 during that pre-show. So, yeah, good luck, Draenov.
Here we come in here, going to be just over 3 minutes. Not exactly what you want on Olympus, but sometimes it's hard to control what happens there.
At this level, 3 minutes is not as bad as it could be.
Yeah.
Well, you take that. All right, Tangle coming out.
Gulp coming here to escalation. I think you mentioned that he was considering learning skill beforehand, but looks like he's deciding not to attempt them in this race. Probably good that if he just learned them a couple days ago, to not quite go for them in this race.
Yeah. Let's see Game Freak showing off this RTA route on Tangle.
Oh, yeah.
Balancing, jumping from one tightrope to another. And I love this
Yeah.
RTA finish.
Looks like Fixable just barely getting grabbed by that Destructor trying to do the finish for the Confluence route.
Oh, we missed it. That is so sad.
He did he just learned this route a couple days ago, so doesn't quite have the hang of the ending yet, it looks like.
Yeah, sorry, we missed that on stream, but fell in and got crushed. Not a glitch as far as we could tell.
Just a normal Destructor. No suck involved.
And Game Freak's finishing out this run on Stratosphere.
Oh, wait, this is another PB looking like.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah, because he has like a 49-40, was that right?
49-44 was the run that he did a couple of hours before this one started. And And yeah, imagine just being able to submit this one at the same time as that one as an improvement.
Oh, Fixable almost getting caught by that destructor again. Oh, but he missed
Oh,
the
he's
gem and
gone.
couldn't quite land the backup gravity platform.
Confluent's very punishing for casual players especially, but speedrunners almost just as much just because of the fact that it doesn't have checkpoints. And if anything goes wrong, you have to start over from the beginning. It's going to be a little bit tight. It's not going to be a huge PB, but yeah, Game Freak, if he's able to finish this one out cleanly, it will be a PB.
He didn't do grab skip, so I wasn't taking that into account. So it's going to be a little tighter here for him. Oh, no.
This is tricky. He's got a super speed. This is going to be saved.
Yeah, Crystal Field. This is going to be quite tight, but it looks like he should be on pace if he doesn't mess up.
Fixable taking another crusher too. Can he
Hey,
survive? Can he save it?
Zigzag.
Oh, I think it's possible.
Off the edge of the ramp. Is that going to affect his
49:44 is the time to beat here for Game Freak.
No.
It's not going to happen. It's not. You got to fit 45. Oh.
If he had landed cleanly on the goal, that might have been what it took to just barely eke out a PB there, but
incredibly close. Oh, that's so sad. But you know what? A second place in this division is, nothing to scoff at in itself.
Yeah, and still pretty much matching your PB in a race is always a good thing.
Right? Absolutely. We've got our two remaining runners, Fixable again without the audio on Switch, and Gulped on PC. Bit of a jump there. No.
Avoiding it again, and this time he has all the gems and he can go right to the gold there. Yeah, let's get two Olympuses going on here.
Get some music on the go here, and yeah, what a good race. What a good way to start off this event.
Yeah, this Division 3 was awesome to watch. Just stress I would never expect to be seeing. We're landed first try all over the place.
Yeah. And this is Olympus, and you can see why so many players have listed Olympus as their least favorite level, at least in this category, if not in the game. It's hard. It's hard, and it's especially at this level, it's so unpredictable.
Yeah, we got a close race here between these last two contestants.
Yeah, I'm not really sure which way it's going to go between...
a nice little rock save there by Fixable. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of tangle route Gulp normally does. Fixable, I think he knows both the kind of safer 40-second one as well as the very fast tangle, like 20-second. So we'll see what he elects to go for here. Gulp can get easily pushed to the left here if he's not careful, but
somehow survives. Oh, and
no,
very close to getting that edge hit. Yeah, this is Olympus. This is Marble Up speedrunning. And you know what? It's still fun. Learning all these strats is a really fun process. And we've seen a lot of these guys make so many improvements recently.
Well, almost hitting a sick rock save, but not quite getting back on. Fixable attempting a rock save here. Oh, very smooth.
You're just kind of holding on for dear life, right? When we talk about these rock saves and stuff, they're... Oh, and a checkpoint. We talk about these rock saves and stuff. These are not things that are planned ahead of time. This is just kind of these players improvising when things go off of the route that they're expecting. Because that's just something you have to do on Olympus, right?
Yeah, and looks like Gulp is navigate his way through the thick of it and should be good to finish out here without another death.
Yeah, Gulp taking into the third place right now with the chance to upset Fixable here a little bit.
Interesting to see what happens on Tangle here. It looks like he goes for that 40-second route, but missing that start there once.
The start can be difficult on controller.
Yeah, when I used to do it, I just reached over to my keyboard because you can kind of do it without even touching the mouse. So I just used forward and left key to do that strat, so I could always hold forward.
Both racers on Tangle.
Fixable, yeah, he's going for the 20-second Tangle, so...
Oh yeah, he said he was going for the fast Tangle or something. And he could absolutely take his position back here.
Oh, he just... Okay, yeah, he's in the reverse Tangle gem order.
What are you doing, Fixable?
Launch.
He makes it.
Oh, yeah.
Fixable
pulling ahead with a very nice Tangle.
Incredible. Yeah, I mean, that's a strat we'll be seeing in Division 2 and Division 1. Not even everyone in Division 1 is going to be doing that. Again, Fixable with just these... Showing these signs that he is able to learn these high-level strats and maybe suffering a little bit in consistency for it, but it'll pay off in the long run as he keeps improving.
Yeah, because even with that first death on that Tangle, that was still like just over 20 seconds for the final time, so very quick there.
Yeah, this is going to be a really close race between these two.
Yeah, that might have been just enough to help him win this race if he can close out Stratosphere. Man, this is just an awesome race to watch.
I'm enjoying this so much. Not going to be a PB for either of these guys, but you know what? That doesn't matter. Even to come within like 2 minutes of their PBs, which Gulp is likely to be doing here. And Fixable likely to be taking this top spot unless something goes wrong. I really like this strat he's using here, getting a checkpoint to make this gravity skip a whole lot easier.
Yeah. That is a very nice consistency strat. You don't have to worry about like what Draenoff caught up in, where you just don't quite hit the loop right and you can't make it on that grab platform.
And the time
save that he made is
the time cost is really minimal, especially at this level.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like Draenoff made it look easy, but recovering that loop awkward entry can be quite the challenge. So it's
Fixable just doesn't worry about it and ends up getting a faster Stratosphere than Draenoff had because of it. Both players have the gem. Fixable coming in for the finish. There it is. It looks like a 56.55 or 56.05 rather.
Oh, Gulp getting caught up in that last deadly crystal field.
Oh, this is such a good race. I'm really happy with this.
Yeah, this is just so fun to watch.
We're going to be having our Division 2 runners getting ready for their positions, getting warmed up in the Division 2 race room as we watch Gulp finish this one out and put an end to a wonderful, wonderful race.
Yeah, and everyone coming in with a sub-hour time, which you love to see.
Absolutely. In this division, 56.47 for the finish. Thank you guys so much for watching the Division 3 full game speedrun race. We're going to be pulling in Draenoff for a few quick questions in a moment. And then we're going to take a very brief break while we get ready for our Division 2 race. All right, I am unmuting Draenoff's voice. And Draenoff, how do you are you excited about this? How are you feeling about your recent win?
I mean, it's a huge burden off my chest, to be honest. I was super nervous before the race, but I'm happy with how the run went.
Yeah, huge congratulations for that. And you feeling ready for Division 2?
No, not at all, honestly, but I mean, I guess we have to.
Well, good luck, and we'll be. It's going to be a great competition.
Gonna be racing among the Titans, so.
Awesome. All right, thanks again, Draenoff, and we'll take a brief intermission here while we get ready for Division 2. We'll go. Okay, so this run is going to be commentated by Hatchet and J2, so I'm going to hand it over to them, and they can take it away.
Okay, so I'm still going to be commentating, but now joining me here, I am going to have Hatchet, and we're going to get into Division 2 here. So I'll let Hatchet introduce himself.
Hello, I'm Hatchet. I'm the current world record holder in this category, co-producer of this event, and I will also be running in the next race. And I'm very excited to be commentating Div 2. This is a very exciting division. I can't wait to see this race.
Yeah, so for Division 2, we're going to be having 6 racers this time instead of 4, so a little bit larger. And we also have 2 absentee racers, so this is a new thing we're introducing this Super Bowl, where if someone can't make it, it can be an awkward time zone, because we have people from all over the world, or if you're just busy that day, you can record a race in the preceding days or week or so, and that race or run will get watched by somebody to verify it, and then that'll count as your run for the race. So in this race, we have Age Dude and Hiren, who are absentee races. So for the viewers, it'll basically be the same. You'll see their run, but it just happened asynchronously.
Yep, and for this division, if you thought Division 3 had a high skill level, just wait until you see this division, because there's going to be some insane skips added in these runs that you didn't see in Division 3. I know for sure stay-in skip will at least be attempted, but probably definitely landed by at least a couple runners. So that's going to be a very exciting skip to watch. And I expect it to be a bit of a closer race among half of the group. We kind of have like a lower half of this division, and we have an upper half, but there's a very real possibility that there could be crossover. While on paper, some runners might be, 4 minutes behind, in actuality, like, you can gain and lose that time very easily in a live race. And so I think without further ado, let's get into the runner introductions. So if you want to take away the first one, J2.
Yeah, so starting out here, we have Elemental Phoenix. So he has a PB of, or he's from the USA, and he has a PB of 42 minutes and 9 seconds, which is also his season's best because he got it quite recently. He's been playing for about 280 hours, and a lot of that has been RTA because he has 230 attempts with 51 completed. His favorite level is he likes all of Chapter 4 in the run. A nice chill chapter, I would agree. And his least favorite is Olympus. No surprise there. No, not many people like the bumps that Olympus can hand your way. He says that he's known for lurking around the community. Not really saying much, but observing the Discord, I imagine.
Yeah.
He's going to be going for that fast elevator action cycle. I'm not sure if he means just the regular 28 cycle or getting that faster other
I think
elevator.
he means what Draenoff did, so he'll be going for the big skip on elevator action for a 20-second time.
Oh wait, I said elevator. I was thinking of Sunspire. That's where I went wrong. Yeah, this makes more sense. Elevator action is not the same. Yeah, okay, maybe this is why I get mixed up, because the next thing he said, he's also going for a faster Sunspire route, so that's probably why I was mixed up there. He says Marble Up is his only speed game, but he's doing quite well in this game. And this is very interesting. He's sung competitively in a barbershop choir, and he's placed 5th in an international competition. That is very impressive.
That is very impressive. Maybe he could sing the Marble It Up national anthem after we're done or something. All right, moving on to the next player in our division, Nate Squared, hailing from Down Under in Australia, one of 2 Australian runners in this community, the other one being Hiren. He has a current PB of 42 minutes flat, so right there with Elemental Phoenix. He's played for about 600 hours and has done many attempts during that time, mostly offline, so he doesn't have an official count, but he has definitely been speedrunning for at least a couple years in this game. His favorite level in the run is Triple Divide, and he hasn't listed a least favorite, so I'm just going to assume it's Olympus. And he is known for being Australian. Yeah, there's only 2 of them. And he's also known for playing or building a lot of custom levels, including the one you see on stream right now, which is his remake of City Escape, which is a level from one of the Sonic games. I'm not too familiar with the titles, but I know that he really likes the Sonic games.
Yeah, next up we have Hiron. So Hiron's a longtime community member. He's put a lot of time into the game. He's a accomplished IL runner as well as RTA. He has the PB of 36.40, but his season best is only a 41.45, so hasn't had much time to practice with. He's been busy with work, I know. So we'll see what he does for his absentee run this race. But yeah, he's played over about 2,400 hours, and he's put a lot of attempts in the RTA with 200 or 2,000 plus attempts and over 150 completed runs, which is quite a lot of completed runs to see. His favorite level to run is River Vantage, a cool skip there for sure, and least favorite is Speedball, which that skip can be weird.
For sure.
He is known for IL records. Like I said, he's an IL grinder, and he has achieved a handful of IL records, which is extremely impressive. And he used to stream, but he's been more busy lately, so hasn't really been streaming. But yeah, he's also quite good at staying skip. He put a lot of time into kind of refining the keyboard staying skip that's used in RTA by a lot of runners nowadays. And he's going to be attempting a 24-second Newton's Cradle run, which he's been grinding a lot of Newton's Cradle lately, so he's gotten quite good at it, and that'll be cool to see in a full game run. It's very clean for RTA. As his secondary speed game, he runs Simpsons Hit and Run, and he currently has a PB of 1 hour and 54 minutes in all story missions. And he's also left-handed and despises pickled onions.
Yeah, haven't tried them myself, but that sounds like an interesting combination for sure. Alright, next up, hailing from the USA, we have Umbra Sunset. He is a longtime player, has been playing for several years. His current seed time is a 38.16, but his PB is a 36.47, so definitely up there in the field. But he can be a bit of a wild card when it comes to pace. He goes for a lot of risky skips. Some of them pay off, some of them don't. So it'll be exciting to see how he performs today. He's played the most out of any player in this community by far, with well over 9,000 hours in Marble It Up between both the Steam version and the Switch version. For full game runs specifically, he's done over 1,200 attempts and has completed about 80 of them. So not bad, a bit reset heavy, but that's to be expected from higher level of play. His favorite level is easily Escalation. It's his bread and butter. Kickflips are his metaphorical son. He pioneered the trick after H-Dude first discovered it, and he holds the current world record there. And for his least favorite, he has listed Wave Pool, which is an interesting choice because that's a bit of a simpler level, so maybe he dislikes some of the turning that's involved in that. And he is known for rolling around doing what he wants, is what he says, but we all know he's also known for escalation and a bit of other tomfoolery. And he won't be trying anything new in his run today. He'll be just practicing what he knows and just trying not to restart or fail a level. MIU is his only speed game, but he's definitely sunken the time into this one, that's for sure. And his fun fact is, a cat usually sleeps around 15 hours per day, but Umbra's cat will always be awake and requiring attention if he hears Umbra talking to stream, which is always fun whenever he streams, because his cat likes to interrupt his gameplay and tell him that he's more important than playing the game.
And lastly, we have H-Dude. You know him. You're currently watching his stream if you're hearing me right now. He's from Canada. His PB is a 36.20, and he got that about a month ago, so he's quite on his game when it comes to RTA. He's played about 1,100 hours in the game, and he has about 200 completions in RTA, which might be the most completions of anybody in RTA ever.
Yeah, that's definitely up there.
And his favorite level is Escalation, a trick that he discovered way back in the day, and remains the biggest skip of any level in full game at least, or RTA.
Yeah.
And his least favorite is Sunspire. cycles. You route finders hate them.
So slow.
He's known for some awesome task videos he's made on a lot of the levels in the game. And he makes videos, plans events like this one, and also does RTA attempts.
He also does community showcases with many of the runners you've seen today and will see, which is very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's going to be attempting reverse tangle, which we actually just saw. That was what Fixable landed, where you pick up the gems in the reverse order, so kind of that bottom one and then the top one. And then he speedran before. He used to speedrun Battalion Wars 2 individual levels almost 12 years ago, and some of his routes are still being used today in that community.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For work, he's a truck driver, but he's currently about to begin training for his pilot license starting on Tuesday. So wish him the best of luck in that.
Yeah, that's
Measles.
a big endeavor. All right. And with all those introductions out of the way, let's get down to predictions. Who do you feel like will take the win or possibly create an upset in this race today?
Yeah, so this race, this is interesting because all the top three runners have a 36-minute PB, so they're all very close to each other. But in terms of who's the most in practice, it can be a different story. So Agedu's probably the favorite in that category since he got his PB most recently, 1 month ago, and since he's an absentee runner, on the day he did his absentee run, right before that absentee attempt, which we don't know the result of, he was doing some runs, and he almost got a PB, so it could easily be a very good run that we're going to see from him today.
Yeah, that definitely in practice and on point. For me, I think on paper, H-Dude is probably the favorite. Just given his pace and his practice recently, he's gotten some PBs with seemingly not that much effort. It almost seems like taking a break sometimes. When you come back anew, your muscle memory just clicks in a different way. But I also could very well see Umbra winning. He has the pace on paper. It's just a matter of can he get those risky strats down first try? Or will he just take the safe strats if he knows he's on good pace? And as for the bottom three of this division, while they may be a few minutes behind, we've already seen Draynoth already got a PB in his race. So he could very well show up and perform and, you know, get a sub 40 even, which would be huge. And that'll really put the pressure on Elemental Phoenix and Nate Squared to really perform their best. While their PBs may be 42, Nate Squared had a unverified 41-minute PB, so he's definitely capable of faster pace. So I'm very excited to see how this race will turn out.
Yeah, and Elemental Phoenix and 8 Squared, even if they can't quite breach the top three, they both have PBs within 10 seconds of each other, so we could see a very close race here, and even Draynoth coming on their heels, so should be interesting throughout the race.
Yeah, this is gonna be... I honestly have no idea who's gonna win this. All right, I think we are ready to go. So we're just waiting on all the runners to ready up in the race time room, and then we will start the countdown. All right, we are counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and we are off. Off to the races. Take it away, J2.
Okay, so here we saw chapter 1 before, but this time we're going to be seeing some much faster times in all likelihood. We could very likely see a sub 2 coming from some of these runners here.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, looks like we had the honorary death on learning to turn from Draynoth, taking the honor away from Umbra. He's usually the favorite to die on learning to turn in these races.
He didn't technically die, I guess, but he basically lost so much time as a quick death.
He almost did. But yeah, this is shaping up to be a pretty quick early game. As you get faster in this game, Chapter 1 becomes a bit of an easier chapter, so I don't expect there to be any huge gains or losses in time among these runners, barring just a couple deaths. But deaths in this stage of the game are not that big of a deal. Ooh, it looks like Hiron went for fast up the wall there. Very nice.
A strat he has a lot of experience with.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, this is very neck and neck. Looks like we have a slight lead from H-Dude and Hiron, followed closely by Nate Squared and Elemental.
Umber having to play it safe here. He prides himself on going for fast up the wall also, but
Yeah, it looks like, so that's where the biggest time loss can come from in Chapter 1 is, do you go for fast up the wall? And if you do you get it first try? Because if not, you can
Hiron
easily lose a lot of time.
and Age-Dude both hitting a icy ascent. No, Stay Frosty.
Stay Frosty,
Hiron
the other
was a
ice
bit
level.
clear than Age-Dude. but
Alright, Hiron
both
pulling
not
into the
losing
lead.
much.
Ooh, almost missed that gem.
Both having a little bit rough on the start, but avoiding a death is all you can really ask for in a race on onward and upward.
For sure. Yeah, this is anybody's game right now.
We're
So-
coming in just over 2 minutes for Hiron and Age-Dude here.
Alright. Yeah, that's a solid Chapter 1.
It looks like everyone but Umbra is currently on onward and upward too. So some good pace coming out from these runners so far.
Yep. Umbra with the slight trail here. But that is very easy to make up. Ooh, that was
Yeah,
clean.
no.
Nice and low. Good Stay Frosty there. Alright. Now they're entering Chapter 2 for the most part. And 205, that's a good starting point for Chapter 1. Like if you sub 2 is something that only really the top runners try to go for. Otherwise, just as long as it's under 3 minutes, that's good enough for most runs.
Yeah. Yeah, and like in attempts you usually want a sub 2 at this level, but in a race when you can't reset then
Yeah.
a lot of the time you're not gonna get a sub 2.
They'll take what you can get. Alright, see people risking a little bit on transit. That's good to see. Doesn't look like
Umbra
anybody
has
failed it
potential
though.
for a pretty clean duality here.
Ooh, nice jump pattern. Clean. Alright, on to Great Wall. Did I miss a death, perhaps? Because I could have sworn H-Dude and Hiron were a little bit further along. Ooh, H-Dude missing the bumper there.
Ooh, Iron hitting
Hi.
a very nice ending on that. Bump in the night.
Yeah, that was a very clean bump in the night. Yeah, this is a very close race right now. Let's see, does Hiron get over the garden wall? Alright, opts not for the super speed. That's good, because he had a good angle. It can be kind of risky if you don't hit that super speed, because that's an easy way to redirect yourself with this super fast route. So that was a good call to play it safe and stay to the right, so you could still make it to the finish. Alright, now on to Wave Pool, which most people take the same route, but you'll notice that H-Dude actually takes a slightly different route around. I want to say it's the mirror... Oh no, it's something completely different.
Yeah, it's completely different.
This is more reminiscent of the individual level route, but in reverse. I don't know. He's comfortable with it. That's what matters. If you can get it every time, you're not going to gain or lose a whole lot of time. from
So
doing
far
so.
it's looking like we're not having any major deaths on chapter 2. It's a bit harder to keep track of everyone to 6 runners in this race, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen anything.
So much going on. Now we got the most difficult level in the race, Big Easy, where, oh yes, H-Dude likes to mess around with the camera because since this level is automatic, you can separate the camera from your gameplay so you can continue to hold forward and jump, play with the camera all you want, and you will still finish.
Looks like we got Drain Off out of the
Ooh,
auto Big Easy pattern, but
I saw that hard
still looking
bounce.
clean here.
Yeah, this is a very close
Oh, wait,
race.
no. He didn't get a hard bounce.
Elemental Phoenix and Nate Squared right on each other's tails. Alright, let's see this triple divide from Hiron. Looking clean. Wow, this is like a, what is that? 19-0. That's a really solid time for that route. See, does H-Dude get close to that? 19.3, slightly behind, but a 19-second time with this route
Yeah.
that most of them are going for is a very solid run on that
And
level.
Trainoth and Elemental Phoenix also hitting the triple divide as Nate Squared is just attempting the end and is also getting it. So 3 more landings of that strat.
19.8.
Oh, Nate Squared was close to missing the goal there.
All right. Looks like Hiren landed the skip up to the elevator platform on Thread the Needles, so that should put him as the first one out of Chapter 2.
Dude also hitting it. And let's see, we might be seeing
Oh.
quite the variety in terms of the
Oh boy.
strats.
Almost falling off there from Hiren.
Train
But he
off.
makes it, and he's the
As we
first
saw
one into
before.
Chapter 3 at about 6 minutes, 40 seconds, which is a very, very respectable time to get out of Chapter 3.
Yeah.
8 squared also landing that new skip. Elemental Phoenix going for the slightly
Yeah,
older
getting
route
the
of using the
Second
super.
try on that. And Umbra, man, this is everyone's neck and neck right now. Umbra caught back up after his Chapter 1 mishap and is currently on Thread the Needle.
Yep. All right. I think Hiren messed up once on elevator action because he
Yeah,
was
they're
a good
now-
chunk ahead of HD,
Although-
but now they are even.
Yeah, now Hiren just hit the 25, so he
Ooh.
might just pull ever so slightly ahead.
All right. Umbra making it up
20.
for the needle, and we'll be entering Chapter 3 shortly.
Yeah.
All right, Draenoth going for elevator action. Ooh, missing the second gem. Ooh, and having to restart. Now, Elemental Phoenix attempting it. Let's see if he gets it. First gem, second gem.
We go level the hype
Ooh.
for 20 seconds.
Nice work. Nate Squared making Sugar Rush. This is a very close race. All right, got Icy Ascent for H-Dude and Hiren.
Oh, Hiren just messing
Ooh.
up nicely, Ascent.
Hiren is going for a slightly faster route on this level. It saves like about 3 seconds. There you
Yeah,
go.
that looks a little bit awkward.
Ooh,
Yeah, not quite the height.
not quite. But yeah, you zoop up a different quarter pipe straight into the goal rather than using the elevator.
It can be done easily, but Hiren's going for kind of the hardest variation, which is actually quite tricky to get down.
Yeah, it involves one extra jump that isn't required. All right, H-Dude going for the pillar skip. And missing it. Oh, looked like he jumped a little bit early there, so he didn't get the height. Oh, no
He might have
shot.
gotten an edge hit, did he? I feel like it was more.
Yeah, look at that timer. That's,
Yeah.
he got River Vantage edge hit. That is crazy.
Unfortunately, we cut away from it right as it happened, but that's awesome to
Oh.
see.
Dang, that's like a 14-second time save. That huge skip there. Oh no, messing up off kilter though, but that's okay. You got the time to spare now.
We're seeing a Draenoth attempting the
Oh
Rear
no,
Vantage
Umbra.
edge. Phoenix
Umbra
playing it
going
safe.
right off speedball.
Nate Squared
You
also
know.
attempting it. Draenoth hits it. Nate
Draenoth
Squared
hits
coming
it.
up just short, and Phoenix's safe route finishing off.
Alright. H-Dude passing Hiren by getting off kilter first try, while Hiren took
Played
the
safe.
normal way.
Oh, we got a bonk with that time. And we're coming up on buggers. Let's see if we can get 100% success rate again.
That would be very cool.
Oh no, Hiren. Just
Oh no.
I
Okay,
guess
at
that's
least he
not that
got the
bad,
checkpoint.
right?
At least he
always
got the
forget
checkpoint.
about that one.
But the checkpoint is kind of early on in 4 stairs, so if you die later on, you will probably lose a lot of time.
Umbra getting an edge hit, but not quite the angle you want for the height for the full edge hit skip on River Vantage.
Yeah, that edge hit is just so hard to hit. Alright, got Draenoth and Phoenix neck and neck with each other going into Totally Tubular, while Hiren
Nate
is
Squared.
finishing Totally Tubular.
Nate Squared's got the start for
Oh, does he get it?
off kill.
Looks a little scuffed.
Yeah, but he kind of.
Oh, he makes it. Makes it
Made
work. Right on.
Time capsule. Hopefully, we won't see any deaths on this level. Because they're always unfortunate.
Alright, H-Dude almost missing the finish hitbox there. It's a clean time from him, and let's see if he gets Coggers. Looks good. And he makes it.
Yeah, and while we were cut away, we saw Umbra also hit a clean off-filter skip there.
Nice,
Now we've
nice.
got Iron in the
Alright, now we
Coggers.
got Hiron going into Coggers. Let's see if he gets a
So-
first try. And will he perhaps go for the faster variant?
Look, he's going
he-
over top the Cog.
Ooh. Misses the first one. Does he reset? Yes, he does. Alright. Surely he'll get it second try. But that death also allowed Draenoth and Elemental Phoenix to catch up. Ooh, and another mistake from Hiron.
Draenoth looking
Draenoth
good.
attempts it.
A little
Oh,
off.
it's a little low
Yeah,
though,
playing it
but
safe
that's
here.
a good safe backup for that. Hiron, it looks like committing
Elemental
to
Phoenix
the
hitting
slow.
Coggers.
Yo.
I didn't see if it was first try or not, but
It
I'll
wasn't
pull him
first try.
ahead.
I think he had like one fail in there. But with that, Elemental Phoenix takes the lead over Hiron and
Iron having to
Draenoth.
go the long around. And Coggers is just one of the strats where if you haven't been practicing it much, it
Yeah.
can really
Draenoth
get
must
rough.
have fallen off because he was at this point like 10 seconds ago. This is suddenly a much closer race with Age Dude pulling ahead by almost a full level. Alright, Hiron entering Chapter 4, Nate Squared attempting Coggers. Does he get it? Good jump.
Like, good
Might be a little low on speed.
Oh no, he just. No, he got it. I thought I saw some sparks there.
Oh, that was very close.
I thought he got the just edge graze, but now it looks like he cleared it smooth.
Alright,
Making
Umbra
Coggers.
doing Coggers. Does he get it? First try. That looks good.
Probably.
Easy peasy for Umbra. Oh, careful, guy. Oh no, Umbra.
Oh, and he didn't even get the safe ending.
What is you doing? All right, he'll probably get a second try though. He's
Oh.
never mind. I will
You
stop,
gotta stop.
caster cursing him. Let's talk about Age Dude. He's about to finish Sunspire.
Nate Square
Surely
going for a
he-
nice little bumper hit on Bumper Invasion, the ending one. Very clean.
All right, Age Dude with the slight lead, about a whole level difference. Draenoth going for fast braid.
Looks
That
like he's
looks
got the
good.
angle.
That's a good finish. Right on. Nate Squared also going for it. Hiron right behind him. Super speed looks good. Oh, he lacked
Ooh.
the spin, so he didn't get the height. Hiron attempting braid again. Wow, Age Dude continues to pull ahead onto Retrograde Rally. Umbra now
Yeah,
entering
we've
Chapter
seen-
4.
We did not see. We saw a more difficult
no.
retrograde skip, but we have not
Elemental.
seen the typical RTA one, which Ajud is now doing.
Yeah. So that's typically what RTA runners go for once they learn it. Saves about 5-ish seconds. And it's pretty safe to go for. It just requires a bit of learning on how to do the turn.
That was Sunspire. Looks like no one's quite hitting that fast cycle on Sunspire of Draenoth, Nate Squared, and Elemental Phoenix.
Yeah. Close race. Draenoth's going for a slower cycle, so if Nate Squared can catch the faster cycle, he might tie him in pace right now. Age Dude working his way through Gearheart while Phoenix moves on to Epoch. Umbra attempting Braid. Let's see if he gets it. That looks good. Ooh, nice launch. That was a very good redirect.
Looks like Hiron is getting the fastest route variation typically done in full game on Sunspire.
Nice. Should help catch up a little bit. It looks like Nate Squared did get a faster cycle than Draenoth, so now he is like 2 seconds behind him. Definitely caught that up. See who can pull ahead coming out of Epoch here.
Oh,
Oh,
and
no.
Draenoth using that super speed looks like it should work, but it just ends you at such an awkward angle that it's very difficult to make that save happen.
Nate Squared making it up, so he will pull ahead of Draenoth coming out of Epoch. Meanwhile, Elemental Phoenix is finishing up Retrograde Rally. Let's see. Age Dude on Dire Straits. Let's see if he can get this fast cycle. It's not
Umbra
that
having-
difficult, but you have to play smoothly. Otherwise, the basher cycles can mess you up and knock you off the level.
Oh,
Just like that.
looked like
I
he
should really
just
stop talking
jumped
about
there.
somebody when they're doing good.
Drain
not
off
working.
though. Wait, Drain off didn't do that last run, did he? He just did retrograde. See that?
Who did that?
Drain off.
Oh, dang. He went for the edge hit, or he
No,
went
just
for
the regular
normal?
skip, but I don't think he did it
Oh,
on
okay.
in the previous division.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't attempt it in the previous division, so that's cool to see him implementing new skips, even in the context of a live race.
Probably
Right.
just trying to do his best to compete with these faster PB runners.
Yeah, and he is definitely keeping up, as there are now 4 people on Gearheart right now. Draenoth and Hiron just starting, Nate Squared and Elemental Phoenix right in the midst of it. Age Dude on Diamond in the Sky, he will probably be the first one out of Chapter 4.
No ramp glitch.
Gets the first skip, no ramp glitch. Looking clean.
Good.
Does he go for the faster ending or
Alright.
the safer ending? Looks like the safer ending, which is a very fair play. There is a riskier ending that can gain you by like 1, maybe 2 seconds, but if you fail it, like it's easy to fail if you don't get the jump just right.
Looks like we've got 4 of our runners currently on
Yeah,
Acrophobia. Very close race here.
Draenoth, Elemental, and the Australians are all very
Yeah.
neck and neck.
Age
Not sure
Dude.
what Umbra was going for there. Must have had a little too much speed going into the end.
Yeah, and Age Dude the first out of Chapter 4, but hitting a death here in Newtons.
That'll give the runners behind him a chance to catch up.
Oh yeah, he's got quite the lead there. They still
Right,
got Ditz to
still-
go.
H2 definitely with the commanding lead right now. See Nate Squared going for Dire Straits. Bit of a different approach.
Oh,
Looks like he
no.
lacked the angle.
I just had that same thing happen to me the other day where I didn't quite have the speed and then didn't realize that Basher was there.
Yeah. So suddenly, with that death, Nate Squared and Draenoth are neck and neck with each other while Elemental Phoenix pulls ahead. Looks like he got the skip that they missed. Now he is on to Ex Machina with a bit of a different approach. I have not seen this specific line before, but
Well, I
that...
know the Phoenix might be overshooting that Featherfall, and
Ooh.
he does, but...
Wow.
Oh, but he makes it work. Maybe he does that on purpose.
Different line, but that, hey, that works. I think that was like a 16 seconds, so that's not bad. Umbra
Yeah,
on
I'm not sure if that was his
Acrophobia.
typical strat or just a backup since he overshot the Seer Featherfall, but either way.
Hiron not getting ramp glitched. Elemental going for the safe route. 8 squared going for the skip, and he gets it.
Any link to second part here?
If you don't line up this second part, it will mess up the rest of
Oh, that looks a bit
level.
awkward.
It's a little scuffed, but he's got the backup for it, so he's still in the
You
run.
can, even using that first one, you can easily get a low 40-second time and not really lose a ton of time by missing that second part of
Yeah.
it.
Alright, Age Dude on stay-in. Will he go for stay-in skip?
We got Hiron. He said he would attempt a 24 newtons here, so let's see if he can pull that off.
Aw, Age Dude with the bait. Alright,
Looks
let's
like
see
he's
what
got the good
Hiron's
jump
pick.
pattern. Oh, he got a little awkward.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
yeah. Not quite the 24, but that was a very interesting finish where he kind of got stuck on the edge of that first platform, but made it work.
Yeah, 27, that's still a solid, that's a good news.
Yeah, you can tell he knows how to improvise on that level.
For sure. Alright. Let's see. Umbra still on Ex Machina. But he will be joining Draenoth on Diamond in the Sky here shortly. Getting the trophy there. Draenoth jumping off the edge of Diamond in the Sky. Not sure where he was trying to go there.
Oh, he did have the checkpoint at least there.
Yeah. It always makes me nervous whenever I see a death on Diamond, because the route I typically take doesn't grab any checkpoints but the
Yeah.
very beginning. It's like, oh no, 40 seconds lost. Alright, looks like Umbra got the skip. Does he land the rest of it? Umbra usually goes for the riskier strat here because he is more comfortable on this level.
Oh.
But it looks like he lacked the height.
Oh, and he tried to go straight to the other platform, which risks dying.
Yeah. So now he's gonna go for the whole thing again. Let's see if Hiron goes for stay and skip. He might go for it, he might not, since he isn't as practiced as he usually is, but he may still attempt it.
Looks like he's
Oh,
going.
looks like he is. Right. He's on the beam.
Oh, just a little overturn there.
Just a little bit.
That beam,
Let's see
if
if
you
he goes
haven't
for it
tried it yourself, it is brutal to stay on, especially while trying to go at a high speed.
For sure, yeah. You really need to have, especially on mouse and keyboard, you really need to have a nice, smooth mouse movement so as to not fall off. Alright, but with that death on stay-in, let's see if he gets it again. That looks good. Got the speed.
Oh, and yeah.
Oh,
and
that's an
second beam.
interesting strategy. That's different than his usual one.
Yeah, he got the X input on for this run.
Oh. And there you go. He gets his second
Yeah,
try. First stay and skip
second try.
of the event.
If you get stay in the second try, it's essentially the same as kind of just not doing it in the first place, so no time loss for going for it.
Yeah. In fact, he gained time on Age Dude just a little bit because he died
Yeah.
before the halfway
death,
mark.
true.
Alright, Nate Squared waiting out, staying. That's smart play. It's neck and neck with Elemental Phoenix. Drain off and Umbra on Arky.
You got kind of 2 or 3 pairs of runners that are pretty close to each other here.
Age
Although
Dude
was
not
slightly
going
over
for
Hiron.
fast contraption, but at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
pace, he doesn't need it right now.
Yeah,
He's
no,
got a-
he
he's
never
got a
goes
good
for it,
lead.
really. I don't think he feels comfortable to do it in RTA.
Alright. Age Dude on uphill both ways. Hiron on Crystalline.
Getting a
Let's see
slight
if he
bounce
gets
on
it.
Crystalline, but still trying to make it work.
He
Yeah,
hits it. That was good.
Saves it there.
Ooh, barely. Alright, Umbra entering stay-in. He does attempt stay-in skips, so let's see if he can land this first try. While he's waiting for the platform. Looks like Nate Squared and Elemental doing good on Gordian. Hiron attempting fast contraption. Aw, a little too short.
Oh, Nate Squared.
Alright,
not quite
Umbra
hitting Gordian
attempting
edge.
stay-in now. Let's see if he gets it. Oh, falls off the edge. Good attempt, though. Aaron trying contraption again. Getting it. Yeah, 14.2. That is a fast time for that skip. And I
You got the
think
quick-
that's the first...
Little with the table death on Age Dude's part. I didn't see exactly where it was at.
Was that the first contraption skip of the event? Or did somebody in Div 3 go for
Pixel
it?
attempted it, and he got oh so close, but he just kind of missed the jump button, slid off the beam, I think.
Yeah. Squared lacking the speed and spin for Crystalline. And that gives Elemental Phoenix a chance to pull ahead with
Squared
his
not
safe
quite.
route. Iron missing a gem on uphill both ways, but that's not that huge of a time loss. The main thing is you don't want to...
Age, you got a little close
die.
to that face that just kind of stopped in your tracks on. Oh, wait, what? Iron had a super. What is
Where's
that?
Iron going? Okay, we're back. Oh, he missed an even earlier gem than I thought.
Okay, it looks like Umbra playing it safe the second time on staying.
Good play, good play. Alright, both Nate Squared and Elemental going for safe contraption. Which is a fair play. Drain off
the
now on
contraption is-
Ice Crystalline. Age Dude. Going
Getting
for the
that.
Basher skip, and he gets it. That is looking like a pretty clean vertigo from Age Dude.
Oh, yeah, you can just not grab that gem. I forgot about that. Flip the table, huh?
39 seconds. That's a good time for vertigo. It's about 2 cycles behind like the fastest that the top runners go for. But 39 is definitely a solid time. Right, Umbra now on Gordian as he plays some NASCAR. Nate Squared and Elemental still neck and neck with each other. And Hiron closing in a little bit on H-Dude. See, does he get...
Good start.
Ooh,
he's
very
going
fast
for
start.
the-
Where's he going? He's so
Trying
fast.
for that fast mid link, but that was so hard to get.
Very hard to get. But it's also not too risky since you have a checkpoint. Alright, H-Dude approaching the end of Chapter 5. Draenoth just one level behind Nate and Elemental, with Umbra being about 2 levels behind Draenoth. So it's still very much a close race, as Chapter 6 is really where the big time gains and losses happen in this run. So it'll be exciting to see. H-Dude entering Chapter 6 at 26:54. That is pretty good pace. If he gets... I believe his usual pace on Chapter 6 is sub 11, or close to 11 minutes. So right now, H-Dude is on about 37, 38 minute pace.
Yeah,
Which is
definitely
pretty
on
good.
pace for a good run. Aaron here, entering Chapter 6, not far behind. Still anything can happen in Chapter 6.
For sure. Alright, Elemental Phoenix taking the long way around on Vertigo. But he makes it through. Nate Squared going for the fast route, and that will actually cause him to catch up to Elemental Phoenix. So now they are right next to each other. H2 going for Danger Zone skip.
Nate Squared going for the spinner jump on Vertigo, and he gets that too. A very
Okay.
nice Vertigo from Nate Squared.
He now pulls slightly ahead of Elemental Phoenix. Hiron... Oh no! Good thing there's a checkpoint right there. But Hiron will now be entering Chapter 6. Umbra missing the gravity on uphill both ways, which will only let Draenoth extend his lead over him. Draenoth with an interesting start that doesn't die. Wow, good save from Draenoth there. Playing it safe, going up the ramps. Now, does he know the faster route here? Yes, he does.
Oh. Nate Squared hitting the fast Warp Core route, and Elemental Phoenix is doing a bit of a different route, so again, some time save for Nate Squared here. Oh.
Yep, a little bit. It looks like Elemental went for the safer route, which has less drop downs onto gems. It's a
HG
little easier
currently
for newer runners. HG
Crawling
missed...
up a ramp in PP.
Oh, missing another gem. Not a whole lot of time lost, but Hiron is about to enter Platinum Playground, and H-Dude has not yet left it. So Hiron is definitely catching up a bit. Still about maybe a minute behind. But that is definitely room to catch up if you miss something like Escalation. Alright. Taking a look at Nate Squared, he is the next person, or third person into Chapter 6, right ahead of Elemental. Does Elemental...
Yeah. Oh, Umbra even is lagging behind a bit in Chapter 5 here. But we'll
looks
see
like
what
he
he can
missed a
pull off
few
in Chapter
things.
6.
Alright. Draenoth taking it extra safe with Warp Core. You do not want to fall off on this level because there are no checkpoints.
Iron playing that second wall gem safe after kind of bonking the rock there. Probably a smart decision.
Umbra going for a different start. I believe this is the IL start, which is a very brave move to make, but it is faster. Looks like it worked there, but only after a death. Alright. H-Dude done with Radius, and now on to Head in the Clouds, while Hiron is wrapping up Platinum Playground. Draenoth getting ready to finish Chapter 5. Looks like Nate Squared keeps his lead over Elemental with the skip into the finish. Let's see if Elemental can get it as well. He is approaching the end.
Oh, it looked like Hiron was attempting
Ooh.
that.
Hiron failing to start on Radius. Let's see if Elemental gets this. He does. Nice and clean.
A clean bumper.
Nice and clean.
Have
Umbra
we seen
wrapping up.
anyone miss it today so far? I think all of the 3 hit it.
I don't think so. There might have been, like, not all of them were clean, but I haven't seen anybody miss it. Alright, Draenoth in Chapter 6 now. Ooh, Age Dude dying at the start of Centripetal Force, so that's not too bad. I thought it was at the end. That would have been a much more heartbreaking death. Hiron making his way through Radius, gets past the start. And it looks like it's a pretty...
Wait, it's just a little.
I think... Do Nate
Off the
Squared and
pattern now, and
Elemental
another
have different
death.
routes?
Um,
Looks like Nate is doing the typical route and Elemental falling a bit behind. I think he does a slightly different route.
Draenoth in it for the second time today.
Very clean. 54, that's pretty good. Alright, H-Dude still working on Centripetal.
Yeah, another unfortunate death near the end.
Ooh. Alright, gets through, and now it's on to kick flips for H-Dude. Hiron getting a clean ending. Very nice. First kickflip. Ooh, H-Dude misses first kickflip as Umbra enters Chapter 6.
We now have all runners in Chapter 6.
Yep. Elemental just about to finish Platinum Playground. H-Dude ready to do the big kickflip. See if he gets it first try.
Looking good.
That has the height. Alright.
Nate Square going for a bit of a fast radius ending here.
And he saves it. That looked a little bit scuffed, but good call to jump to the left there. Elemental taking a slightly safer route on Radius, even if it is slower.
Yeah, Jude finishing out kick flips, nice and clean.
Very clean. Alright. Dude moving on to Confluence. Surely he won't get Desuctor. That would be unfortunate. Hiron enters Centripetal Force. Is he doing the new route? Yes, he is.
It's interesting that he's practiced it since he hasn't been doing much RTA recently.
Yeah. This route that Hiron's doing on Centripetal is about 2-ish seconds faster than the typical route, and it was found pretty recently, only like a month ago. Alright, and he gets through with no deaths, so he will catch up a bit on HD.
Elemental also trying to go for this fast radius over.
Ooh, that is very steep. But he makes it.
Yeah.
Nice. So you could see Nate Squared going for the older route on Centripetal. It's about 2 seconds slower. HD now
It's,
entering the big level.
Somewhat harder too. The new route's not really a difficulty increase, just a time save mainly.
Yeah. Yeah, they're about the same. Draenoth getting a bit of a scuffed ending on Radius, but he doesn't die. While Umbra is finishing up Platinum Playground. It's a solid escalation from Hiron there. There's... H-Dude may have a commanding lead right now, but one unfortunate death on Olympus can easily cost you 30 seconds.
Oh wow, and Draenoth is right on the heels of Elemental Phoenix here. Flying up
Yeah.
from Division 3, very impressive.
Catching up. It looks like Draenoth went for a faster radius while Elemental went for his safer approach. So now they are neck and neck. Elemental makes it through.
Jude onto
Ooh,
Olympus.
Nate Squared bonking his head on escalation. But thankfully he has the checkpoint, so it makes it easy to reset. And he gets it the second try. Alright. Does Draenoth make the ending on Head in the Clouds?
Umbra attempting the fast radius start currently.
Oh, he is.
Oh,
And missing. That start is so hard to get right. That's a brave man for going for it, but that's the Umbra we know and love, going for all the risky.
and he's
all
trying
the
it again.
strats.
Not quite. Can't get over enough on that gravity platform.
Hopefully he doesn't spend too much time trying to get it. Alright, Elemental doing first kickflip, slightly missing it, a little bit of an overshoot.
We're missing it again, but just playing it safe, not dying, and grabbing a checkpoint.
Because of that death on escalation, Draenoth is right on Elemental's heels. Let's see if he can get this second kickflip while Draenoth gets the first one first try. So they are right next to each other. Elemental. Oh, that is so sad.
Oh, H-Dude was on pace for 213 on Olympus, but getting
Aw.
bonked over that end and hitting around the
Fortunate
220.
miss on Olympus there. But he's got the time to save for it. Elemental missing it again while Draenoth gets it. So now Draenoth will pull ahead into third place.
Looks like H-Dude is
Elemental.
opting not to do the reverse tangle route here, just playing it safe with the route he's more familiar with.
Smart play. Does he get good bounce?
Oh, he
Aw.
got like edged.
And he got the checkpoint, so
towards-
he
I
has
thought
to
he was gonna
reset.
make
Because
that
that
work.
checkpoint is not good.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna like push him towards the goal and he could get a jump.
Oh, now
he's,
he goes for a
wants
reverse
to
tangle.
make up that time.
Bounces off though. Okay. Draenoth doing
Oh,
well on
Nate squared, but
Confluence.
then-
Nate squared now on Confluence.
Unfortunate ball on confluence from Nate squared there.
With that death, he's now slightly behind Draenoth and Elemental. It was a very close race. H-Dude
Oh,
missing
no.
the finish as Hiren continues to approach the end of Olympus. H-Dude has yet to get to Stratosphere. It looks like Draenoth will be the first one out of Confluence.
Looks like Hiren had a couple mishaps on Olympus, but
Elemental missing
the
a
end
gem.
now.
And now he's suddenly lost 30 seconds. Dang. Confluence can be such a cruel mistress. So if you mess up at all, there's no checkpoints.
looks like Itchy's finally gonna get out of tangle with the normal route there, as Hiren just enters. So
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely not that far behind. If Hiren gets first try Tangle, there's still a shot that Hiren can win this division.
oh
Ah,
no, just
An unfortunate
flipping.
bump there. Umbra in his natural territory. Kickflips.
Yeah.
Does he get the magical IO kickflip?
Yeah, Emerald the Phoenix now falling behind.
He does, because of course he can. He's Umbra. He
Umbra's
gets these.
just
That is a
insane.
very tricky way to do kickflips, but he gets it.
very, very hard.
Very nicely done, Umbra. Now's your chance to catch up to Elemental, who is still on Confluence. It looks like he had another death, which allows Draenoth and Nate Squared to pull ahead. Draenoth's still ahead of Nate Squared by about 20 seconds or so. Or no, a minute. Each dude going for ground skip on Stratosphere. Looks like he gets it. As long as he hits the loop down there, he'll be good. But if he misses it, Hiren will pull into the lead. So it's very important that H2 makes it in here. And he does. Don't miss the gem. He gets it, and that should be smooth sailing
Unless
for
he
here.
does something wild and goes for his patented double loop skip.
Oh, true. He might go for that.
No,
Surely
I
he
think
wouldn't
he
do
said
that
he
in a
didn't want
race
to in his
contest.
actual attempts right before it, so probably not. Yeah.
Draenoth almost falling off Olympus, but he stays. H-Dude approaching the end now. He goes for the final loop skip. Ooh, a little sketchy, but he stays on.
He looks like
And
he'll
he's
be
coming
clocking
in.
in here, sub 40.
Sub 40 for sure. 39-35 from H-Dude. Nicely done. And he takes first. Hiren is approaching. He's entering the end now. Goes for the final loop skip. Gets it. Hiren will be second with, I believe... Oh, it's so close. Is this sub 40?
No, not
7,
quite.
8, 9. Ah, so close. Well done by Hiren. So close to that sub 40.
Meanwhile, we
Good race.
still have a close race for third here with Nate Squared, Elemental Phoenix all on Olympus, while Draenoth slightly ahead on Tangle here. But yeah, just
Ooh,
taking all
Draenoth
death here.
failing. That allows Nate Squared to catch up. Umbra and Elemental Phoenix a little bit behind, but with that death from Elemental, that actually will cause Umbra to almost completely catch up. If not ahead. Oh no, yeah, they're like right next to each other now.
It looks like Draenoth made it to the checkpoint on Tangle the second time, so should be finishing out here.
Nate Squared entering Tangle. Going for the faster
20
route, so
seconds.
he has a chance to make up some time against Draenoth.
It can be neck and neck. Oh, just going for the
falling
reverse.
off. It's still possible though. Stratosphere is not an easy level.
We saw just
Especially-
earlier, Draenoth got kind of tripped up on that loop after grab skip.
Yeah.
He made a nice recovery there though, but that still cost time.
8 squared going for reverse tangle, gets it second try. As long as he doesn't miss the finish. There we go. And he's now right behind Draenoth. Third place is still up in the air. It's up to Draenoth to lose or win it. If he can get this grab skip first try, that will pretty much guarantee.
What was his last PB time? Is he on pace again for a PB?
I think. Oh, that is not good. Where is he?
And
Where's
the
he going?
reset.
Oh no. I was gonna
wait.
say he was on pace for another PB, but now I'm not so sure. It'll be close for
Now
sure.
with that, Nate Squared pulls ahead.
8 squared pulls ahead, and Umbra passes Elemental Phoenix, getting to Tangle first, while Elemental is still at the
Having
final
a bit
stretch.
of a bit of a time on Olympus there.
Umbra getting Tangle first try, I think. Now he's
Nate
on.
Squared currently attempting grab skip.
Right, as long as he doesn't miss the loop, that should be third place in the bag for Nate Squared.
Draenoth
But
right
it
on
can be
his
tricky
heel.
to land there. He gets it. Don't miss the gem. Gets the gem, and that should be smooth sailing for Nate Squared.
As long as he doesn't die, there's no way Draenoth can catch up.
Don't get skull fired. Draenoth makes it. Slightly slower speed. It looked like he bonked in that loop there. Now it all comes down to the very end. Nate Squared does not go for the final loop skip. But it looks like
Yeah, he
that
had
shouldn't
knuckle
matter.
lead,
As long as he doesn't miss the bowl, he's got third place in the bag. Nate Squared coming in. What does he get? 43.05. And that is the
Yeah, so very
fastest
good
time
run.
by a live runner.
Just about a minute off his PB, so very clean for a race.
Yeah. Really good play. Draenoth coming in right behind him.
Was
43.19.
What was his last run? Was that a PB? Oh, it was.
That is a PB by like 20 seconds, I think.
Wow. Back
Because he had
to
like a
back.
43.
Oh, Umbra is forgot he didn't have a super speed.
Whoopsies. All right, Elemental passing him at the. Oh no, he's at the grab for the part. I misread. And
It's
we're
easy
at
to
the
get
final
the
loop.
parts of Stratosphere mix up out of context.
As long as he doesn't. Okay, there we go. Umbra coming in. Looks like it's gonna be a 44.03. Very clean clearance there. Nice work, Umbra. Coming in fifth. And now we cheer on Elemental. Elemental opts not for the gravity skip. And I don't blame him. It can be a tricky skip, and if you aren't practiced, it's a very easy way to lose like an entire minute. He's now on the final stretch. As long as he doesn't get skull fired here by one of these crystals, he should be good to go. Dodging them well. Takes the right side, which is a safer approach. You only have to jump over one gap.
Yeah, right side is very nice.
Dodges the crystals.
Oh,
Goes
going
for the
for
last
that.
loop skip. Ooh,
And
that
looking
was
clean.
so close.
And has the super speed to readjust. But
Is this sub 45? Not quite. 45.02. Nice work.
another exciting round here with some
Very
close
exciting
finishes.
race. Yeah, that was good. H dude coming in with the sub 40. Hiron almost getting the sub 40. Then we have Nate Squared with a 43.05. Draenoth with a 43.19. Umbra with a 44.03. And Elemental with a 45.01. Or 45.02. Claps in chat, applause in chat for all the runners. Good race, excellent race. And that's the race.
Very good. I guess we're all done. that was it for our Division 2 run, and I'm very happy that I was able to clean that one out after feeling tangled so many times there at the end. But yeah, we're going to be getting ready for our next race very soon. Just going to take a quick intermission, and we should be good to go shortly. Get ready for Division 1. All right, and we are back with this new Division 1 race, which is going to be having some of our most wonderful runners. While I'm working out some of this technical stuff, why don't I go ahead and say hello and introduce you to my co-host for this very special race, which is going to be Fletch.
Hello. I am super excited to be here. As always, I'm a gigantic fan of the Super Bowl, and so I had to... I didn't have to think super hard about accepting the invitation to help commentate for this Division 1 race. I have been watching the really awesome races so far, and I'm blown away. This is always an incredibly exciting thing, and for this to be, several years in a row of this event, and it gets cooler and different every year in different ways, is a really great thing to watch evolve. And so, yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure. Welcome in, Fletch. If anyone doesn't know, Fletch is the community manager and member of the Marble It Up development team. And I'd say you're maybe a little bit less of a speedrunner, but more of a speedrun fan, and I feel like that's something we share to some extent. And just huge pleasure to have you here on the caster desk with me. It should be a lot of fun.
Thank you. Yes, my personal best is like several days, so I'm excited. I'm excited.
Very cool. But yeah, I mean, you've been active in kind of cultivating the culture we have with this community, and there's been a lot of really cool things happening in the community recently. Why don't we take a moment to talk about that before we introduce the runners?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say blown away a lot, but it's real. It's the number of times where I get a message, a private message of like, hey, can you help me with this cool tool? And it's like the number of new things that kind of pop up within the community is just always exciting. Some really awesome specific examples. There's a particular blender pack from Katz's that is already proving incredibly useful for community content and tools. And I don't know if everyone's seen it, but Olaf has recently is putting together a replay viewer.
So cool.
Using some of those tools, and like it's this awesome thing that shows a whole bunch of replays all at once. I mentioned
you watched like 500
and
replays at the same time.
It's like just this cascade of hundreds of marbles all running the same level at once. Total eye candy, but also incredibly cool in the frame of like seeing data in an exciting way rather than a more spreadsheety kind of way.
Yeah, and so many things happening in the community. Another one is the world record rampage. The first world record rampage since the dawn of the challenge update. We're going to be seeing that with a deadline of February 28th. So big commemorative event of every world record in the game being published on after February 28th. So yeah, we recently got past a 2-minute improvement since the first world record rampage, just in the first 5 chapters. It's awesome.
Which is super hard to believe, but until you see it. And then that's when I'm really like, wait, I thought we were done with these levels. I thought we were finished with all of this, and then, you know, time and time again, there's a brand new excitement in all of the channels, and someone has a new world record, and it's just incredible. So I can't wait to see that on all of those official levels. But man, one of the biggest unsung things, and I try to sing it whenever and wherever I can, but the ever expanding roster of custom levels is just incredible.
So many.
Like over 700, maybe 800. I'm not sure. I haven't checked the number exactly recently, but that's a whole lot. Like,
it's a lot of content.
That's so many, and there's so much talent just latent in the community that gets activated when people have great ideas and they have the tools to deal with them. And so seeing stuff even in the intro, for Nate, we were watching a Sonic, a remake of a Sonic level with all the gold rings, and it's like
during warm-ups.
Super surprised every time I see anything, and it's just so chock full of talent that I'm blown away. There it is again, blown away.
There it is, blown away. Speaking of blown away, J2 just got River Vantage edge hit during warm-ups. But speaking of custom levels, we have a custom level specific announcement to make right now. This may be the first time a lot of you are hearing about this, but why don't I just go ahead and show you the trailer? There it is. That is the Dynamite Pack. There's your teaser trailer. It's a collaboration level pack being released by our group of our creators. There's going to be at least 7 new levels and possibly more. And it's going to be launched on the original day of the Super Bowl, which is February 11th, with a blind RTA race. And so nobody will have seen these before, and everybody's going to be trying to complete them all as fast as possible while seeing them for the first time. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to start at 6 p.m. EST on February 11th, also 2300 UST or 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And you will require the Steam version for this, but if you have that, anyone can join.
Yep, Steam version required to access the workshop, but boy is it worth it to be able to get in there. And this event, these contributors, like this amount of talent packed into one package, it's just really exciting. I mean, we've got levels from Katz's, Hiron, Phil, Space Taco, Blasted, and Glacier Husky, and these people make awesome levels, and this event, this opportunity is rather accessible. It's rather casual friendly. Like I feel like I could play these levels, and when I finish a couple days later, it'll be a fantastic celebration just for everybody. But this is, we're about to see some incredibly high skill cap type of event and showcase here in this Division 1 race.
Yeah.
But for an entirely different level of talent and accessibility, we've got this other event, and I'm just so excited.
That's gonna be great. And before we introduce the runners, can we just watch that one more time? I really just want to watch that one more time. Let's go ahead and watch that one more time. That explosion always makes me laugh. Such a good teaser trailer, and it's going to be such a fun event and such a fun group of levels for everyone to go through after it is all said and done. Yeah, with that being said, I think we're ready for Fletch to lead us into these runner introductions.
Fantastic. The first runner of our Division 1 set is going to be Hatchet. A quick little runner spotlight on Hatchet. With the current world record holder with 31 minutes 36 seconds and a season best of 35 minutes on the dot, which I had to in rehearsal take a double take and be like, "There's no way it hit it on the dot," but I was surprised. Hatchet
Quick
has over
update,
28.
He got a 34-34 last night, so that was a new season's best.
That is exciting, but ruins my excitement about the whole number. But I'll
Well,
get
too
over
bad.
It. Get over it. Hatchet has over 2,800 hours played, which is pretty impressive. Among the higher numbers of hours played in this event, with over 165 completed RTA runs, which is a very, very awesome number. Hatchet's favorite level is Staying Alive, and least favorite is Pit of Despair. However, in this run, he's going to be attempting and hopefully hitting the pit skip first try. I'm super excited to watch that. Fingers crossed for everybody attempting that piece of tech. Hatchet is known for holding the current world record, but Hatchet is also an AGDQ alum, which is a very exciting. GDQ puts on big speedrun events twice a year. To have some Marble It Up representation there was massively exciting. So a very, very cool resume piece there. As far as Hatchet's speedrunning history and interests, he's been speedrunning some puzzle games like Superliminal and Myst, but his mainstay is MIU, and I think MIU really benefits from that. And perhaps the most fun fact that anybody could have, Hatchet is going to be a dad this summer. So congratulations to you, Hatchet. That is an incredibly exciting thing.
Yeah, big congratulations to Hatchet. That's so exciting. Next up, we have Katz's. Katz's is our one of our most older active players, and he held the world record a couple of years ago. Katz's has a 35-38 season's best, but a 33-46 personal best, so we know exactly what he is capable of. Katz's has over 2,400 hours of gameplay in Marble It Up. He doesn't have a favorite level, but the least favorite is Olympus, and we've seen a lot of that. Man, really is a killer in these RTA runs, isn't it? Katz's is known for being the player who originally introduced stand skip to RTA. And last year during the Super Bowl 2022, he landed a particularly fantastic variation of that. Fingers crossed, we might see something special again this year. He's also, of course, known for that Marble Blender kit you were talking about earlier, and also the Dynamite Pack. And he's going to be attempting a special skip called Uphill Both Ways Rocks Hit. It doesn't save a whole lot of time, but he's doing it, in his own words, solely to appease Spakai. And then also has done some speedrunning of Marble Last Gold, Neon White, and Team Fortress 2. And for his special fact, he wanted us to know that he doesn't actually like Terry, Frank, or Gavin. So you can report for the riots in the streets after the run.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's a pretty extensive resume as well. We continue with the next runner with J22 with a personal best of 31:10 and also a season best of 31:10. This run happened only in the last few days, which is incredibly exciting. Seeing a runner in this division who is at their peak coming into it is super fun to watch.
Scary.
J22 also has 1,800 hours played, which is, I think, the lowest of this division. But with over 115 RTA runs completed, a really nice portion of that time is got to be spent on this RTA run. So this is an O-Tour player of this category. Super exciting to see. With a favorite level of Epoch, which is not one I hear about super often. Really excited to see what J22 does on that. J2 will also be attempting a 41-second Arky route. Super excited, and fun fact about that level, that was one of the very first levels that I saw internally. Very old level. Super cool to see it and the routes evolve, so seeing a 41-second on that would be really clean. J2 is speedrun a couple Mario games, and his favorite platformer is a game called Blue Kid. Pretty exciting, but not as exciting as J2's fun fact that that his favorite field of math is calculus, which will hopefully be incredibly useful on hitting that 41-second Arky route. But I leave the math to the professionals.
Awesome. And the last runner we're going to introduce is M2K. M2K, just like Kyrian and myself from the last division, is an absentee runner. So although he was not available to join the race today, he was able to record his video ahead of time, which was witnessed by an official, so under the same circumstances as a race. And M2K has, also known as Twin X, has a 33-minute and 25-second personal best, which is also his season's best. And that makes him the second seed for this particular race. He's incredibly fast, very well known for his individual level speedruns. He has over 2,800 hours in the game, so that goes to show just how busy he's been, because he only really started playing seriously in 2022, or maybe near the end of 2021, along with some friends of his. He's done a couple hundred RTA attempts, but only finished 30 or 40 in total. So you could argue M2K is actually the least experienced runner in this race from an RTA perspective, but that also just tells you that his potential for RTA obviously hasn't been realized yet. He is the player with the fastest cumulative time, if you add up all the individual levels in the game, of all players. So that tells you just how good he is at those individual levels. He also landed a Pit of Despair that saved a whole second over another route that just also saved 5 seconds, like last week or a few days ago. So his favorite level is River Vantage, and his least favorite is Olympus. And then also, he said he's going to be trying the new Stay and Start. So not just Stay and Skip, but the new Stay and Start. And I think we might see that from Hatchet as well. Without any other speedrunning experience, he's just been taking the entire leaderboards by storm, along with his friends Boomer and Berserk. They're known as the Trio. And that's all the runners that we have. So,
it's a pretty exciting lineup.
So Fletch, why don't you tell me, like, how do you think this is going to work out? Like, a lot of these players have been setting new season's best and personal bests, which I wasn't expecting for this category, but, like, what do you expect?
With everybody looking like they're pretty much trending upward, I am going to say that I'm predicting / hoping for / expecting, wink wink nudge nudge, a PB from somebody, or at least a season best. I think that having ample time to warm up, being able to watch a couple of the previous races, I think all 4 of these runners, even the absentee ones, in some time dilation type of way, I think they're all going to be energized for this, and I think we're going to see some really exciting times come out of this.
Awesome. Well, I'm expecting nothing short of a new world record. I think all 4 of these players are going to break what is now the world record. I don't know which of them is going to come out on top at the end, but yeah, this is going to be a 4 world record race for sure. Maybe not.
We'll see. We'll celebrate either way.
Hatchet, of course, with that 31-36 world record, it is pretty far ahead of what anyone's been able to pull off this season. But if anyone has the potential to get dipped down below that 33-minute mark that we're seeing, Hatchet would be the most likely. But, you know, J2 has a momentum as well, so we'll see what happens in the end. And we've got our timer set up, and I think we're just about ready to start our final countdown for the Super Bowl 2023 Division 1 Finals. Okay, we're queued up on the absentee run as well. So once we're ready to go, timer's counted down. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Here we go with our Division 1 Super Bowl 2023.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. This is going to be the craziest race of the day and probably the craziest race of the year, no matter what happens.
Yeah, and after watching Divisions 3 and 2, seeing the amount of swings and pacing from early game to mid game to late game, getting into Division 1 here, there's not going to be a lot of room for catch up. I feel like how you start this race is how you're going to have to finish it and go through the middle. We saw some really nice mid game catch ups during Division 2 race and some during Division 3 that was really exciting, but these people in this race are just going to have to go full gas from the start.
Yeah, there's an expectation of consistency at this level now that we're getting to, because none of these players could get to where they are with their season's best and personal bests if they were dying often or a whole lot. But in a race under pressure, it's different. It really is.
Get some nice looks at some really clean full speed ahead. One of my favorite tricks, seeing that the first time, was like, yeah, of course, fantastic. Of course, this is how the community starts to work and figure out new routes.
And that was day one.
Similar rock hit. It was a quick day one. It was a very quick day one. For sure.
A lot of crazy stuff was found on that launch day.
It was incredibly exciting to watch and to see how it all evolves going forward. Really like this end of Chapter 1 that we're about to hit here.
Hatchet and J2 toe-to-toe.
It's pretty tight going into duality here with Hatchet and J2. M2K not too far behind.
Yeah, Cats has a little bit of a slowdown. I'm not sure if it was on Precious Gems or maybe on Learning to Turn, but we do have a tradition that somebody has to die on Learning to Turn, and so you know, at least if that's the case, then he did uphold that important community pillar.
Carrying the banner. We like it. Moving into elevator action.
Not quite.
For our two
Transit.
Oh, Transit. You're absolutely right. I just saw the movers and got excited.
I mean, it is exciting. This one arguably
run.
has just as much action as elevator action does. Although you can't really skip the elevators, unfortunately.
And we get a transit restart from Hatchet, M2K on the way, and the beginning of Great Wall for J2.
Yeah, I mean, this is some meme potential. J2 almost taking a death there. Of course, dying twice on Great Wall would be a feat that has been accomplished in very public places before. Shout out to Hatchet's AD to Q run. Not going to take it easy on you for that one.
We get a clean bump in the night bump from J2. A nice early super fast level. A fun trick for all skill levels.
Yeah, J2 taking the lead here with Twin X on his tail, and it looks like Hatchet and Katz's are both going even right now. Yeah, a little bit of consistency. J2's been playing more than Hatchet has, and I think that's part of the reason.
Yeah, we had a nice almost alignment of everybody on the same level, but J2 just barely eked it out to get back to Wave Pool. Which, despite a lot of its time travel power-ups, The route, so I've heard, looks very similar to the individual level route. Although I think Age in your run, you might have taken a different route.
Yeah, I honestly, some of these levels are levels that people kind of just figure out their own thing. A lot of them are very similar in the amount of time that they take, and Wave Pool is a good example of a level where people kind of find what they're comfortable with and stick with it.
I feel very similarly about Big Easy, and I feel like I really am able to put my own spin on Big Easy as a speed run level. But yeah, really nice to see that there are. Oh, we almost had that same alignment too. This is Big Easy's a long level, but
J2 having trouble with Archipelago right now. And Twin X takes the lead. Unexpected. Oh man,
Twin X is on to Triple Divide, which is a nice lengthy, just get to the end kind of level.
Yeah, he takes it full speed, which is what we expect from this category for sure. Again, if anybody's falling behind on these levels in the early game, it's definitely a bit of a blunder for them. And Hatchet nearly with a save there. And yeah, he definitely has what it takes to catch up with these others, even just in terms of execution and the strats that he's going to be going for. But you never know what's going to happen here. Zoom in real quick on M2K, Twin X. Hitting the elevator, that is a bit of a disaster as well. And that gives J2 the chance to take the lead once again.
Yeah, this nice climactic battle at the end of this chapter is it's going to be tight. Hopefully everyone can make it past the windmills here at the end.
Yeah, again, there's
Nice.
almost a bit of an expectation that you get through chapter 1 and 2 deathless if you you know, there's nothing extremely risky that any of these players are going for this early in the race. So, yeah, to have so much back and forth here, it's definitely very tense. But we're all on Sugar Rush, so it's very close. Even though there's been a few mistakes all around, it's a race.
The leads are expanding and collapsing in a really cool way, especially towards the beginnings and ends of chapters. Now we're on to elevator action.
Yeah.
Which is one of the
And
very
everyone just gets it
aesthetically
first try.
pleasing routes. Yeah, this is a nice, well practiced, very old, very old route.
Yeah, another one of those launch days. If you can believe that.
Yes, I watched that one a lot. Something about the half pipes and all the really clean, smooth movement there, in comparison to my elevator action runs, which you can watch the full 2-hour video on some other time. Get a nice, clean, icy ascent.
Yeah, everybody's
as
doing that new
M2K
nicey ascent, as they call it. See if we can get an edge hit here on River Vantage. Hatchet nails it.
Ooh.
Katz has missed it. J2 missed it. They've got the pillar back up. All of them should be able to land that pillar hit first try. That edge hit, we also actually saw Hyran doing that edge hit during the last race, although as I was zooming in and out of other players, I may have missed it. But yeah, Hatchet and Hyran being the ones to land that, it is very cool. Oh, that off kilter.
Yeah, we saw a really cool off kilter from Nate in the previous run. That was, I guess, fittingly off kilter from this angle that you're seeing from Hatchet, but very grazed, very nearly missed the end hitbox, but actually made it in at an off kilter angle, and that was really cool. Really cool to see in the Division 2 race. We have all players back onto 4 stairs. Again, this is super tight.
Yeah, I don't even know how it's so tight. Everyone's just kind of making different mistakes, but adding up to the same amount of time loss. You know, we won't be seeing any world records during this race, but that's, you know, never to be expected in a competition of this level with this amount of pressure on everyone. We'll see how it works out in the end. Oh my goodness, what did M2K just do?
Wow. That was almost really, really tough.
He was practically dead, and that is such an enormous time loss if you were to not save that. That is a really, really clutch save that could end up securing his spot later on. Katz is first on to Toggers.
Getting the first attempt at the famed trick.
J2's going to take it. And he's in the lead coming out of Chapter 3.
We see M2K and Hatchet about to line up for their Coggers attempt.
Oh no, it's a disaster for Katz's. M2K coming out of Chapter 3. Hatchet about to come out of Chapter 3.
A nice hit off that final cog there for Hatchet.
Yeah, the slightly faster route there, adding a little bit of style points along with it. And Katz just can't get past this Coggers right now. Again, I'm sure he's he'll have time to beat himself over that later, but he gets it now. J2 with that braid finish. Yeah, sometimes things can just go wrong when you're doing these races, even with strats that you've practiced a million times and you've landed 100 times in a row in the past. And anything can happen in these race situations. Let's just hope that he's able to recover.
With the number of levels like this, there's so much tech for this, for the leads and the time differences to really jockey back and forth between everybody here, because they all have their strengths and their favorite levels and these things that they've practiced 1,000 times.
Yeah, I mean, it is a lot, right? 60 levels back to back. Even if you're 90% consistent on all of them, you have no chance of getting through them all first try. Even if you have a 99% chance, your odds of getting through Deathless are incredibly slim to get all 60 back to back. And with the difficulty of the strategies that these particular runners are doing, it makes getting to that level of consistency even harder. Players finishing up Sunspire, and soon everyone will be on Epoch. Or not quite. G2 coming out on Retrograde.
J2 slamming its favorite level.
I don't believe anybody's going to be going for quite the edge hits that's Fixable was showing off for us earlier. That is just considered too risky of a strat even for this level, which is just hilarious. We saw that in Division 3. But yeah, still some impressive skips here on Retrograde Rally. First try as expected for runners of this caliber.
Yep. Nice clean. It's a lot of hang time, so they're all happy to hit that and not waste any excess on a piece of tech there that is not as difficult as some of the upcoming.
And I just can't take my eyes off this race.
2K and Hatchet entering Gearheart at like almost exactly the same frame. Pretty incredible alignment of their time so far.
Hatchet pulls a cycle ahead, or half a cycle ahead. Katz is coming in for this fancy finish here on Retrograde Rally. Acrophobia is the current level of competition between Hatchet, J2, and M2K, Twin X. Katz is only one level behind. So how do you feel when you're watching these high-level speedruns as kind of a fan of speedrunning, but having not ventured into it yourself?
Especially on levels like this with tight ropes, and then moving into something like Dire Straits with such reliance on cycles. It's like two of the biggest showcases for me of the difference between more casual skill and really knowing these levels like the back of your hand. Any stray movement on a tightrope and you can jump off awkwardly, and not being able to recognize these cycles on something like Dire Straits is just... There's a different way that practice and discipline let you hit these levels that it's just this like tiny details, but it's really impressive as a full package. I am really excited to see those cycle levels, especially things like Gearheart, where it just becomes part of your intuition when playing these levels, that these things that are moving are going to be there when you need them to be. And these runners very clearly have that in their muscle memory, which is exciting. I'm envious.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, on that Dire Straits and other cycle levels, you got to make those tiny micro adjustments. You have to know, you have to feel when you've lost a little bit of speed, or you're going to get somewhere a little bit too early, and make that adjustment, slow down sooner so that you can speed up again without getting there too soon. You know, and that's a skill in itself, and it's totally intuition, as you said.
Yeah. And I talked right through it, but that middle chapter there has some of my favorite aesthetically pleasing. Something about Ex Machina and just flying through it. Gosh, one of my favorites to watch. And then you get to follow it up with the Black Diamond inspired Diamond in the Sky here, with just sailing. It's really cool to see these levels nearing the later chapters, or in the later chapters. And we get to J2's.
He's in the lead. He's
Arky.
pretty solid in the lead right now. Yeah, he said he was going to be going for a fast variation, a fast route. So let's see how he finishes that out. We just saw Hatchet finish out a very risky finish on Newton's Cradle. J2 going for this. He makes the first part. Now, the finish is not as difficult, but it can go wrong. Oh, he bails out on it, and he's going to go to the right and to the left instead. Still, he got it almost all the way to the end there on that route.
Still pretty clean.
Oh, we're on to staying now. This is where things get interesting. Who goes for it? Who risks it? J2 at least is not going for the fast start. Looks like Hatchet is setting up for the fast start. I don't know who to zoom in on. We'll get Hatchet at first. That new fast start that Hatchet found himself, and he fails. That could come back to bite him as J2 takes the lead from what he would have lost. And let's see what J2 is going to do. Hatchet might really feel like he needs that start again now to get through it. J2, it's close. He's going to have to... Oh, he makes it.
Oh.
That's it. Where's Hatchet? He's on the beam. I think he got the fast start.
Wow.
And he makes it. Twin X is on the beam.
Moving into Gordian.
There we go.
Here
He makes
for
it.
J2. This is
I mean,
nice,
other
relaxing pace after a very scary high risk level.
Oh no, and M2K fails at the finish. And Katz's falls off the beam. And they're right now perfectly neck and neck.
Do you go for it again here? M2K and
Absolutely,
Katz,
yeah. You don't have a whole lot of chances to catch up to Hatchet and J2 if you don't, right? If you want to win, then you're going for it. Not going to zoom in as they're both on the beam. Oh, and Katz's falls off.
Katz gets a fall off on the beam. That's exactly the kind of little movement stuff that it's just scary, and your muscle memory is there, and even sometimes it doesn't exactly work out for you. On a crystalline matrix for J2 and Hatchet, J2 gets out of there quick, and we get to see Contraption, an incredibly quick. Waiting for cycles. I was like, wait a sec, no, J2, keep going.
His controller disconnected. No.
Oh god.
Oh, first try.
But just such a super clean. I love that trick so much.
Yeah.
One of the great differences between RTA route and leader and individual leaderboard, since you don't have to go out and get those time travels.
That is the case. Oh, Katz is having some trouble here with this staying alive. That could be a little bit of a repeat of the end of Chapter 3 there with Coggers, as the others pull ahead once again. Uphill
Nice
both
rock
ways.
Hit on uphill both ways.
He got it.
Nice little piece of
Shout
skill
out to
there.
Spakai.
Yeah.
He's been appeased. Katz is taking the stay-in, and he's backing the race.
M2K working on the Contraption route here with a reset. As Hatchet and J2 battle it out on Flip the Table.
Yeah, all the
J2
times I've
going out
attempted
of
this, I've
bounds.
never been able to figure out how people do this. But the consistency of being able to do that even first or second try is very impressive to me. Hatchet screaming his way through that Vertigo start.
This level Vertigo is pretty much the standout. Like when I think of people playing a level in a way that just breaks how difficult it's supposed to be, and
What
then
is
you
this
see
pace?
it done at a high level, and it's just magic.
Slows down for the safe cycle, but he's still going to be finishing out with a 33, which is a wonderful Vertigo. J2 getting a similarly fast start. As this, we're really into the late game now. It's really just Pit of Despair and Chapter 6 left after this, and we know that Hatchet is going to be going for that pit skip. We'll keep an eye on that as J2 finishes out Vertigo. But yeah, it's crazy what people are able to do on a level like Vertigo, which as a casual player is so intimidating.
Yeah. Even as a long-time player and part of the team, it's a very
Oh no!
it's a very scary level. Oh gosh.
Hatchet with the pit skip, incredibly close to landing it, but then gets knocked off by the basher that he used. He almost survived even with the miss, but he'll be continuing now without now that he survived this second attempt. No pit skip from Hatchet, so there is potential for someone else to go for it later. I know Katz's has been able to land it during RTA before.
It'd be a nice bit of catch up from Katz's if he can land it. As Pit of Despair is living up a bit to its name.
Absolutely. Yeah, we call it pit skip because you can escape the pit, but you can't escape the despair. Yeah, Katz is...
M2K at the end of Vertigo here.
Yeah. Katz is still lagging behind, but he was making his way steadily onward.
Well, with 23 minutes in, we're also about to enter the final chapter of the game, where
We're in there.
a lot of the meat of the back end of this run is, and
Yeah, just surviving some of these levels is going to be the difference between first place and fourth place, honestly. even at this point, you know, if Hatchet doesn't have a clean Chapter 6, then he's going to be struggling to have other racers catching up to him in J2 as well. Missing the first try on the Danger Zone finish, but wraps it up with a second attempt. Oh, M2K, he went for a pit skip. And is that a restart on Platinum Playground from Hatchet?
Yeah, what kind of strategy do you take for Platinum Playground here? I mean, it's like Wave Pool Plus, pretty much.
Practically everyone follows the same general route, but it's not often that you would ever need to restart the level. Just because dying is not really a very common option. Maybe Hatchet just missed the first gem and didn't want to go for a backup, just thought it'd be more consistent to go try it again for the first time. But missing the first wall gem gives J2 a chance to catch up here. And J2 gets it and takes the lead. I think Katz is trying to set up for pit skip here. He just restarted when he could have kept going. He's got a shaky controller turn. Not quite going to be able to make it this time. Hatchet pulling ahead of J2 again just for the moment. But these guys are incredibly close. This is quite a close race between these two. I know
going into the best level of the game right here for Hatchet.
Yeah, and he's very good at this as well. We should be able to see a fast finish from all four of these runners, really, on Radius. And yes, Fletch, you're very, very well known for having Radius as your favorite level. And I mean, what's not to love?
It's just so aesthetically pleasing. I think it's so great. I am so bad at it.
You should learn this fast finish.
Kind of just makes me like it all the more. So we see a nice smooth run from Hatchet on there at J2.
Oh, missing the gravity.
A little bit of
what?
Trouble. Ooh, but a nice save.
Yeah, falling only a cycle behind for that mistake. So that's actually a little bit of a gift. Could be a lot less forgiving sometimes.
Especially with resetting your gravity, trying to match the cycle, and a full restart from J2.
Oh, he should not have hit that restart button. That's a little bit of that pressure, a little bit of panic mode coming in from being part of the live race. He definitely had the checkpoint there, and it would have been ideal to be able to use it. Unfortunate all around. But everyone's on Chapter 6 now. Katz is coming in on Danger Zone. M2K maybe falling a little bit behind J2 and Hatchet in some ways. As Katz maybe has a chance to catch up with him here.
See a nice clean centripetal from Hatchet. A very unique level from 3 here, which is very, very cool. I've seen many suggestions to put a gemless version of it in the challenges. Probably the way I would be able to speedrun it the best.
Well, that would be a 0-second run, as you know.
Oh, a missed kickflip from Hatchet on Escalation. Another one of those cool, very nice, aesthetically pleasing, and
a vertex hit.
Oof.
Hatchet saves it. He almost did not get enough height, but he gets a vertex hit, just hitting the very, very corner of that platform in order to get back on. M2K managing a quick finish on Radius, and he's almost caught up to J2 now after that. J2 had a little bit of a struggle there on Radius, and now Hatchet's running away with this run. J2 failing that as we saw in practice, and it looked a little bit shaky during his warm-ups, but he went for it anyways. Maybe a safe strat here for the finish is going to be the best way to go now that that's happened. I'm afraid to like zoom in on any of these players because
this is-
there's so much is happening. All 4 of them are pulling off these crazy things, and everything's happening all at once.
As far as entertaining runs with high drama at every turn, this really proves that this is a great set of runners right here.
Yeah, and we're still not at 30 minutes. Hatchet is on Olympus, and we're still not at 30 minutes, so you can tell this is going relatively well.
And now Hatchet has time to read a book while going down Olympus, one of the longest level in the game. See a nice strong kickflip from J2.
J2 doing that second platform kickflip that he's so comfortable with. Nobody else really does that, but it just clicks for him, and you know, you gotta, like I said, a lot of these levels are levels that people find what works for them and they stick with it, even if it might be a little bit quirky.
Yeah, I mean that's a strong choice from J2 to keep the distance between him and M2K.
Yeah, and in just a moment now, if J2 finishes this out strong, he will be on the same level as Hatchet. Of course, that level being Olympus is not the most comfort that you can have.
Really scary area of confluence there for J2, as some dangerous little destructors there.
He makes it out. I mean, realistically, J2's chances of catching up to Hatchet right now are fairly slim, unless Hatchet messes up pretty badly on Tangle. But there's a little bit more of a catch-up opportunity now between J2 and M2K, with Katz's needing a little bit of a miracle in order to contest one of those second or third spots. Three runners on Olympus, but not for long.
J2, really nice to clear that edge, as an out of bounds on Olympus is pretty devastating.
Yeah, especially when you're so close to getting your next checkpoint. That would send you back really, really far. So clutch save by J2.
We get to see our first look at Tangle from Hatchet. A really, really nice, pretty much gravity ignoring type of run.
He makes it look easy.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that easy. It's so late in the game. As Hatchet moves on to the final, one of his claims to fame, long-standing IL record on Stratosphere here.
Missing that first loop skip. It's okay. I did the same thing. He'll go for it again. This is not the kind of strategy that he's going to shy away from just because he missed it once.
Nice. He just barely makes it past. Good skipping that loop-de-loop.
Yeah, it's certainly not worth to get it on the second try, but it's better than missing it the first time and then not doing it at all.
Yeah, and I feel like with a relatively long level like Stratosphere, resetting to keep your momentum, to keep your rhythm as a runner, I feel is important. We saw that platinum reset from Hatchet earlier in the run. I feel like keeping that mental clarity of just clean hitting a level all the way through is pretty valuable to him.
That Olympus from M2K, unreal how he just survived a very difficult situation. But J2 is still holding that lead on Tangle. J2 makes it. It's going to be really tough for M2K to have a chance to catch up here. There it is. Stratosphere, I mean, things can certainly go wrong on Stratosphere, but expectation at this level is that players are not going to be losing much time here.
Yeah. Well, and here, I mean, we're approaching the very end as Hatchet is about to complete his run. At almost 34 exactly on the dot.
Just under 34, and that actually makes it a season's best for him. Yeah.
Congratulations to Hatchet.
Congratulations, Hatchet. That was excellent run. Best you've done all year since almost exactly 2 years ago, or almost exactly a whole year ago. So you've done an excellent job.
And this whole race has been relatively tight. I mean, the first and second place will have been on the same level at the same time. It is a long level and prone to some lengthy out of bounds on a miss, but it's pretty tight.
Yeah, M2K loses the only chance that he had. J2 could die here and TwinX could have pulled ahead, but now that J2's on the home stretch, it's totally safe. Even a mistake here from J2 will not be enough. As M2K drops it once again. Unfortunate, but he still has a decent amount of clearance ahead of Katz's. Katz is, of course, needing to finish Olympus as well as playing through Tangle. But either way, these runners are even, including Katz's, this may not be his best run, but he's likely to finish well ahead of any of the Division 2 runners. And you can see there's a clear divide. There's a difference between these runners who have done so well in the past. Even under pressure, they'll outperform the other players.
Yeah, I mean, and you can see it in the stats from early on that the number, pretty much either the number of completed runs or the amount of experience and just, raw mid being refined talent from these runners is just, there's a large bank there to continue to be pulled upon.
Yes, indeed. And we saw a J2 finishing out there. I didn't see the exact time, but not before the other two runners are on Stratosphere. So, yeah, this ended up being a really close race after all. Katz is having some opportunity to catch up to M2K, but M2K missing its super speed, not able to save that. It's been a difficult Stratosphere for M2K.
It's such a brutal out of bounds just because the level is so long. That there's a large out of bounds kill box outside that has to include the entire level, so it's a Olympus-esque if you fall at the wrong angle.
Yeah, and there's a skip
M2K.
that you also can't perform if you respawn at that checkpoint because you need momentum going into it. But yeah, M2K
Exactly.
finishing with a 36.54. And Katz is ready to wrap this up for us. This has been such a good race and such a good event. Looks like it's going to be well below 38 minutes.
Yeah, coming in this far below 40 minutes is just really exciting. I mean, looking back at the history of the category and the various times where, sub 50 minutes, sub 40 minute were nice different benchmarks to see this Division 1 race end here at 37-32 is just really nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be in the top level, a sub 40 time is, or even a 36-minute time. A lot of our Division 2 players had 36-minute times, so, and that was the best they've ever done. But when we look at these Division 1 runners with their 33 minutes, Hatchet even with a 31-minute personal best, there's a clear divide in what these players are capable of.
And we've already seen from pretty much every runner in the races today that there's just so much room for improvement, so much room for refining this tech, these skills, and that at the end of the day, you can get a really, really solid time even when things don't go your way in these levels. So that there's always somewhere to go is one of the most exciting things about this game, about this community, about this whole friendly competition where everybody's success is everyone else's celebration. It's a great thing, and this was an incredibly exciting race to watch. I mean, talk about drama.
What fun. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, Fletch. It's been an absolute pleasure, and if there's anything you'd like to say as community manager on the way out, feel free. But just having you here has made this entire event a little bit more fun and a little bit more exciting for everyone.
Oh, thank you very much. An incredible shout out to you and Hatchet for carrying this event time and time again, and everyone who contributes, everyone on the planning committee, this incredible logo, all of the work that everyone has done, and all the practice that all of the runners have put in. It just shows all the best things about a community like this, that this event can evolve year after year, that the community can continue to find new ways to be interested in not only exploring the game, but in really helping and supporting each other. It's more than anyone could really hope for from this kind of creating a game, working on culturing a community, and it's a great example. This is a great achievement to have an event like this, and I'm just really thankful to have been asked to be a part of it. This was incredibly fun, first time commentating something like this, so I had as much fun, and I hope all the runners had as much fun as I did, because man, this was a blast.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much.
Oh, thanks again, Fletch. We're going to be briefly going to take a moment to get a word from Hatchet, our victor for Super Bowl 2023. And let me go ahead and activate Hatchet's microphone for all of you. Yeah, Hatchet, congratulations.
All right. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Congratulations on your run and your victory in
Thank
Super
you.
Bowl 2023 after previously winning Super Bowl 2022.
Yeah, and with a faster time than I won last year as well. which
Really?
honestly surprised me, because I have not put in as much practice as I did last year.
I thought you did a great job last year as well, so that's really impressive.
Yeah.
That was a great run and a great race.
Yeah. I don't know if it shows on you guys, but on my live split, I have a 33, 59, 94. So just barely getting in under.
The
34
sub
minutes.
34 minutes.
Yeah. I was really happy about that. Really glad I landed River Vantage.
We
first
saw that.
try, even though I lost it all to Off Kilter the very but
We saw that
well.
too.
and I also got the brush the elevator on Thread the Needle. So that was really nice. I've been working on that, and it hasn't been consistent, so I was glad I was able to show it off.
Oh, nice work.
Yeah,
Very
this
good.
has been a really fun race. Congratulations to all the runners.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited for next year if everybody keeps improving like this. This is turning out to be quite the event.
Absolutely. So what's just so I know, like, what's next for you in Marble It Up? Are you going to be doing anything in the foreseeable future, or how does that work? How do things look for you right now as a speedrunner?
Right now, it's a bit nebulous. I don't have as much free time as I used to, and I will definitely not have as much free time in the summer.
Absolutely. You're getting ready for a baby.
Yeah. But I'll probably get in some more streams. I have a level building stream that I promised my chat. So that will be coming up soon. Don't have an exact date for that, but I'll still keep running this game. It might not be super serious since I can't dedicate the time for it, but I'm never not gonna run Marble It Up. It's just too much fun.
Awesome. Well, that is great to hear. Thanks again, Hatchet, for joining us, and thank you so much for all the behind-the-scenes work you did as part of the planning committee.
Yeah, thanks for coordinating this, H dude.
My pleasure.
Really knocked it out of the park.
Thank you.
And
All
my
right.
parting message is, I chew a lot of gum. Goodbye.
Hey, watch it. Yeah, so thanks again to Hatchet. Thanks to all the runners who participated, and even everyone who wasn't able to participate. Just thank you for being part of the community. Reminder for everybody watching that the Dynamite Pack is coming out on February 11th. You can get more information on that from Katz's, and I'm sure it'll be showing up in the Marble It Up Discord server. Also, World Record Rampage deadline is February 28th, so if you want to start grinding for a world record in Marble It Up, you could have that record immortalized in the World Record Rampage if you hold it at the time of the deadline. So very good luck to everyone who's going to be doing that as we push the records further and further below 2 minutes and 3 seconds improved from the previous Rampage. And also, a little bit of an off-the-cuff announcement. I've heard that we have some players planning to do a 100 back-to-back Olympus race right now. So if you want to play Olympus 100 times, it's going to take you 3 or 4 hours or more. If that's something that really appeals to you, check out the Marble It Up Discord server. It's discord.gg/marbleitup. And of course, join that Discord server whether or not you want to do a 100 Olympus race. We have a great welcoming community, and we love having new players join our ranks. So thank you all so much for joining us for Super Bowl 2023.